the 916-3214.
All right, 303-916-3214. 303-916-3214. 303-916-3214. Now, what about parkhillpantry.com, right? Yes.
Yes, that's it.
At parkhillpantry.com. And, you concentrate these efforts this year, but don't you kind of feed people all year?
We're giving food out every day of the week, pretty much.
Yeah, and that's good to know. And that's, if anyone wants to help Lauren and his wife and his church, they're at East Bible Baptist Church on 26th and Hudson. They'll be giving out food on the 22nd. And by the way, you can call 303-916-3214 or go to parkhillpantry.com. Thank you, Lauren. Appreciate that very much. Now, we also have something else going on, and that's Alberta Simmons will be giving to the community. We'll be at East High School on Saturday doing that, the 20th on Saturday from noon to 3. Any donations can be given to SimmonsFoundationFYC.org. Or you can contact me and I'll get the money to them. Every penny is going to every single food item. So we're buying food. And that's Simmons Foundation FYC. That stands for Youth Change. SimmonsFoundationFYC.org. It's a 501c3. And also, we got all those security issues on the website worked out. Everything is encrypted. It's good. You can donate on that site. And that's November 20th, East High School from noon to 3 if you're in need. So we love helping people. Now, do you have a problem, question, or complaint? Give us a call. What's going on in your life? 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. We have talked about a lot of things over the last few weeks, things that keep coming up over and over. And one of the most common things, now, blame any reason you want, but it's not supply chain. It's not a lack of employees. When it comes to contractors taking money and doing nothing, really, that is just lying, cheating fools. And we have a lot of them out there right now. What they're doing is they're engaging homeowners in a nice conversation with promises. They're taking money. Homeowners are not helping, are not doing background checks. They're not doing anything at all except giving money blindly to these clowns. They end up getting nothing. I mean nothing. So it's really terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So if you have any kind of an issue, give us a call, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255, and we'll try to help. The thing is you should check them out, but even after you check people out, you should never, ever, ever pay money up front for nothing, just to get yourself in line. Money should be for materials or when work begins. You should never. Now, if you do, the best thing to do is a credit card and never do a lot of money. I just fail to see. Now, if materials are ordered for your site, that's one thing. People say, well, Tom, they're going to order these materials. But I would verify that the materials have been ordered. So in other words, don't just pay the money for materials if you don't know where they're being ordered from. And they should put your name on the order along with theirs. And I'll tell you why. There are many people who pay for orders. The materials may have been ordered, but the contractor disappears and the homeowner can't get what's coming to him. So all of these things are important. You check out the contractor. You don't make big money up front for nothing. You pay for materials, or you pay as work begins and as work proceeds, or you don't pay anything until it's done. That's another good thing. And, of course, if they're ordering special stuff, you got to verify that stuff's been ordered in your name. Now, that's common sense, right? You would think so. But right now, every day we're going online finding people griping about being cheated. They're really being cheated. One, also, if you are looking for health insurance, we have found a company called Multiplan where the agents are lying to people on the phone just to get you to sign up. They're out and out lying to you. It's called multi-plan. So if you come across multi-plan, beware. Because it's they seem to just out and out lie to people. Then once you sign up, it's hard to cancel. We have Integra Insurance. That's our people that we recommend. We have Integra Insurance working on that. IntegraInsurance.com. Keep those in mind because that's what's happening with open enrollment. We have a lot of other warnings, problems, complaints. Give us a call, 303-713. Yeah. Well, you're on the call screener. You're under your iHeart address is shared. I just checked this morning. Let's talk about SimplyFloorsInc.com. That's Buddy and Karen Mitchell. Now, this is a small company that has decided to do things in a big way. They buy just like the big boxes and pass savings on to you. So the simple part of Simply Floors is savings and then better installers and a better experience. No matter what kind of floor coverings you want, no one has an exclusive on floor coverings. They can sell whatever the others can sell, and they can sell it cheaper. Simply Floors Inc. to make an appointment in your home. That's INC. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
$70,000. That's what Matt at Paragon Services got me. My homeowner's insurance said I had zero damage after a hailstorm, and I knew better. So I called Matt. Matt ended up getting me a check for $70,000. If you need help with any kind of homeowner's, business, or commercial property insurance claim, you need to call Matt. He can even go back 1 or 2 years, depending on your policy. 719-726-0020. Don't hesitate. Free money. 719-726-0020.
Okay, I got 2 5.
Somebody's got your dinger down.
Shopify. Shopify.
John Reynolds isn't here anymore, is he?
I have no idea, bro. I tell you, I couldn't tell you, man, as quick as people come and go these days from everywhere, not just here. I was shocked to find how many employees people just go through now.
Especially here.
I think any sales-related job, actually any job, I don't care, contractors, everything. My fucking landscapers just lost 3 people.
Wow.
That's why I never pay people up front, though. He's not even a quarter of the way through the job, and he's telling me he's got to find people.
What do you haven't done?
I'm having about 2,000 square feet of rock put in my backyard, so I got
I guess
lower patio.
It's Sophia Garcia. Was she the one?
I don't know.
Okay, would you see, because I want to make sure she's still around. Well, if you don't know, I'm going to write to her.
I don't even have her email, so I'm guessing that's someone else. So, no, the only Sophia I got is somebody else. So rock around her hot tub, basically at the.
Okay, at the bottom back right there.
Yeah, we've had bark there. It's just fucking a nightmare.
Bark is going to be a nightmare. Yeah. Rock's going to be. What size rock are you putting in?
2 to 4 inch cobblestone.
Ooh. So you don't want nobody walking around there.
No, there's steps. No, I don't give a fuck about them either. I don't want. No, I don't. That's exactly
That's what I'm
right.
saying. You put 2 to 4 inch cobbles over there, and you're not cobbling them. Ain't nobody who want to walk up there.
Fucking Broncos suck.
Oh, they looked horrible yesterday.
Big turdies, man. After they had such a great game against Dallas. Actually, everybody looked like shit yesterday. Except for the people that were
Kansas
supposed to
City
look
looked
like
pretty
shit.
good.
Did they win? I didn't watch.
Oh yeah, they destroyed them.
Hey, I'm sorry. I was calling for Brian. Oh, it's Mark. It's Mark Major with the Tom Martino show. How are you? Good. Hey, did you guys ever get in touch with Jeff Brynan?
Mild morning before a warm afternoon. Mid-70s today, plenty of sunshine, and some gusty wind.
Hey, it's Buck Sexton. If you enjoy listening to the Great Travis and
Oh.
Buck Sexton Show, you better check out the Buck Sexton
He's something else, isn't he? You guys are going to love what he pulls off for you. He's going to trace every nickel back. Hopefully get that deadbeat thrown in jail, to be honest. Okay, I'm going to call you back after the show. Bye.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. You know, we were the first ones anywhere that I can find in the media to talk about the monoclonal antibodies for free, basically. The first
50 locations across Colorado.
50 locations free if you qualify and you test positive within 7 days. We publicized it because Dr. Varma, a local OBGYN, said, you know, I don't know why people aren't talking about this. It's free. There's a phone number. And why aren't people talking about it? The day after we had it on the show and she was doing this, and I posted saying on Show Me the Trouble that it's criminal that the other media is not covering this. That's because they want to uphold the narrative that there is no treatment and you must get a vaccine. Now, by the way, I'm vaccinated. I don't want to get into that. I'm not anti-vax. I'm not pro-mandate, okay? I'm for my body, my choice. That sound familiar? Okay, anyway, the bottom line is we talked about these antibodies being available free, 50 centers throughout Colorado, and how to get access to them, and we will continue to do that. And the day after, the governor came out publicizing it. Isn't that amazing? And then today, or the other day, all the TV stations are doing it now. Isn't that amazing?
The governor was talking about it.
Isn't that amazing?
The day after.
Isn't that amazing? Is that a coincidence, I ask?
You
Is
gotta
it a
wonder how many
coincidence?
lives that saved, though.
But it's amazing to me that it wasn't publicized before us making a stink about it. Huh? Think about it. 303-713-TALK is our number if you'd like to call with any problem, question, or complaint. Deputy Doc, you working on anything, yes or no? Just the head note. Okay. So Mark.
Let's talk about Plains Building again. You remember these guys?
Is it on my sheet here? I'm going to look it up.
This guy is probably the worst. I think it's Jeremy Carter and his wife, and I throw his wife in there because they both filed.
Yes, Mark, I have
17 victims.
17
Plains.
victims.
Okay, Plains. Let me copy this.
$500,000 easy.
Oh, easily. Oh, and Jeremy. Oh, he is on the Sleaze Brigade. He is on the Sleaze Brigade. Let me go to Sleaze Brigade and find him.
So
go ahead.
I've got good news on this one. Well, it's not the best news, but 8 of the victims have gotten together, and they're hiring an attorney that I know personally, Jeff Brynan. Thank you. I was almost going to say it how Tom used to pronounce
Jeremy
it.
Carter, on the referral list, it says Jeremy Carter is a scumbag extraordinaire.
So they've got 8 people together that are victims. There's like 15, but 8 of them are chipping in, and they're hiring.
Are they doing a challenge to his bankruptcy?
They're doing a 2004 motion, and hopefully all of their claims, at least inside the bankruptcy. The first thing they're going to try to do is get the whole thing thrown out. Meaning that the judge basically says this guy can't go bankrupt, he's a crook. So that's number one. If that doesn't work, then you go after individual creditors out there, and the 8 of them are going to hopefully get at least theirs taken out of the bankruptcy. But the more important part is this motion 2004 allows Brynan to get in there and dig through every nickel of every bank account and where it went. Everything. And if the guy lies under oath, then he's in a lot more trouble. And if he decides all of a sudden, oh, well, I don't want to go through this motion 2004, I'll just drop the bankruptcy, Generally, the judge would never allow that to happen because it looks like he's hiding something. But this Motion 2004 is a very powerful tool. They're going to be able to dig into every nickel. So-and-so wrote a check for $10,000. That $10,000 went into this bank account, and they'll be able to track every single nickel leaving that bank account for every payment coming in. This guy is also going to end up spending a fortune with his own attorney because this isn't a straightforward bankruptcy at this point. You've got 8 people in there saying, hey, this is bogus.
That's right. So when you have people crying fraud, and in this case, it's well-deserved.
8 of them.
Then what happens is you have an attorney challenging the bankruptcy, and the trustee now has to examine and look into it. And then a judge rules as to whether or not the claim should stay within the bankruptcy or not. And if there's any fraud whatsoever, they take it out of the bankruptcy.
And they'll bring up the Contractors Trust Act in every single one of these.
So that's important. And again, every day we're fighting for you this way, 303-713-TALK, including with the antibodies that we talked about. And I posted on Show Me Trouble, so I have evidence. We were the first ones to talk about this. And Show Me Trouble is simply a site that I've used for Instagram to show people trouble. And on that one, I just posted basically that it's criminal that the local media has not basically done anything at all to help people. It is. It's disgusting how they have not done anything, local media, as far as publicizing this until after we had it on our show. And we basically had to make a lot of noise about it. 50 sites. Now, I'm going to give you a phone number here where you can find this. So hold on. It's 877-332-6585. That's 877-322-6585. And what it is a way to find out about the antibody treatment once you're diagnosed with COVID. And you have to do it, for some reason, within the first 7 days. I'm not sure why, but that's what they say. And as we know, any treatment right now would help us, right? Wouldn't it? I mean, think about it. Things are going pretty weird.
Is horrible.
And look at Colorado's not doing well either. I mean, there are a lot of people getting sick. So let's listen. No matter how we feel about the government overreach or whatever, what we need to do is protect ourselves. I mean, we really do. We need to protect ourselves any way we can. Now let's talk to Gabe. Gabe, what's going on with you? Hello, Gabe. I'm Tom Martino. Our phone number is 303-713-TALK. What's going on, Gabe?
Good morning, Tom. Hey, I had a jury duty summons in the mail. Do I necessarily have to show up?
Well, okay. First, the summons comes in the mail with a phone number you called the night before. And, okay, now, what you do is you have to now take that phone number and you call it. And they'll tell you that juror number so-and-so through so-and-so have to show up. The ones who are not mentioned there do not have to show up. The phone call will be self-explanatory with your jury number, your juror number. Now, here's the thing. If you don't show up, they'll put a warrant out for your arrest.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
They will.
Wow. How do they know you got it in the mail? How do they know you got it?
Good question. I guess you could lie. But you'll be arrested first or fined, and then you get to tell them how you didn't get it.
Wow. Okay.
I don't think it's worth it. What's wrong? I mean, really, if you think about it, we all bitch about it, but isn't it something that really is something we should do?
A civic duty, it is.
I mean, really, we all talk about. Look at this Rittenhouse trial right now. How important that is. I mean, think about the justice without it, you don't have justice. And don't we want to have justice and be part of it? More coming up, 303-713-TALK.
I assume legally, if you are sent something in the mail, It's affirmative. You have to somehow prove that you didn't get it. It's assumed that you did get it.
No.
Yes.
Shannon, here's what I need to know. Do you want both of your email? Is that the whole point? You don't. One email is not good enough. The iHeart. You need both. That's a yes. You want both or one?
You know what I'm
Which
saying?
one? The iHeart one or the other one? The other one. Okay, I'm going to put your Gmail one on it.
You got to like personally serve someone.
Yeah, that's served. But if you get something from the IRS or from Social Security or from jury, you have to prove that you didn't get it.
I don't know
It's
what it would.
assumed
I don't
that
know
you got it.
what would it matter if you got it or not, though. You mean like for the jury duty?
Yeah, you have to prove that why you didn't get it.
I don't know.
That is weird, but I guess you do.
Want more of the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton Show? Google the Rush Limbaugh YouTube channel and check out Clay and Buck's Clip of the Day. Clay and Buck pick one of the hottest topics discussed, giving you a chance to not just hear, but see the two of them break it down. Google Rush Limbaugh's YouTube channel and check out the Clip of the Day.
So where they do a rush?
We are coming into a time of year when a lot of people do a lot of stupid things. They have a few drinks at the office even afterwards because it's holiday time, or they go to parties and then they drive. We're never encouraging that. You should use taxis, Uber, or Lyft. Now, here's the deal. Or get a designated driver. If you're in trouble and it's too late, you did something stupid, or maybe even falsely accused Joe Lazzara. Never shop for an attorney under stress. We've done it for you. Flat rate pricing, free initial consultations. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. And look for Joseph, or Lazzara, Joe Lazzara on referralist.com. Frank Duran, the real estate man, is someone else you've come to know through this show. And I don't know what else to say than the best. And I don't like using that term for everyone, but for Frank, he is the best. If you're looking to list your home, you will find no one better. He'll do a free evaluation of your home and evaluation based on today's sales. He'll let you know how to list it best if you want to list it. Or if you're not even interested in listing, you simply want a free valuation, he'll do that too. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
Hey, look, another pipe leak.
I thought Mr. Fix-A-Leak fixed that.
I thought you did too. And now there's a slab leak.
What, a slab leak?
It's time to call Repipe Specialist. Repipe Specialist can
Oh, this time of year, man, it is so hard not to eat. I've been having pizza and shit, man. It's fucking crazy. There's fucking candy everywhere.
Oh, I know. What are you talking about? Like this time of year? Yeah.
Oh, God.
I know. I have been really resisting, except for pizza, which I eat the tops. But
it's fucking, and then as soon as Thanksgiving hits,
I had cottage cheese with me today.
Fucking
Cottage cheese is great, man.
I love cottage cheese.
I almost have cottage cheese every morning.
I'm going to get it.
Cottage cheese and pineapples, cottage cheese and peaches,
I
cottage
gotta
cheese
have
and pears.
something.
Great in the morning.
sounds horrible.
No, it's
So it hasn't gone to.
No, so I listened to jury instructions on the way in. This is going to be really hard, man. And they got rid of the only thing I thought they'd get them on, the gun charge. It's gone. I mean, you have to think that this kid intentionally shot these motherfuckers. That's basically what you got to believe.
And planned on it.
You got to
planned on it.
And you got to believe there was no self-defense.
They could have gotten him with manslaughter or reckless negligent homicide or something, but they didn't.
They're trying to.
Didn't one of the guys admit he pulled the gun out and aimed it at him? I thought that's what I heard on the radio.
There was all kinds of shit.
He didn't aim a gun at anyone until he was threatened.
The video's the biggest thing.
One of the guys was shot.
No, I don't think he did either.
You don't think
Not according to the trial he did.
No,
Everyone said it.
I get that.
I don't think he did.
Okay.
And I would learn this too. He did have roots there. He didn't just simply go buy a gun and show up there. His uncle had a shop there. He had roots to the town. Now, I still say he's fucking insane to do what he did, but I don't think he did anything
when you
illegal.
go into a storm area with a gun, you're looking for trouble.
It's like a tornado chaser. If you go chasing a tornado, you're looking for some shit. I don't give a fuck what you're doing.
my point.
But that is not a crime.
No, it's not a crime. Nor should
Too
it be a
bad.
crime.
Nor should it be, and I agree. Okay, but
Well, I don't know.
Some
I don't know. Actually, if there's an area of trouble and riot and you go to join it.
Well, okay, then what happens when you go to join the other side of that riot? Should they all be thrown in jail as well then?
Yeah.
Well, they're not. So why would this guy?
What do you mean they're not? Everyone that gets caught gets slammed.
Fuck. Okay, everyone that got caught in most of the riots didn't even get booked in.
You're right.
They got completely released,
Kamala
no bail, and then all the
Kamala
fucking
Harris
charges
was
dropped.
putting a plea out. She was raising money for those arrested in BLM protests.
And this guy's looking at fucking three things of murder. Get the fuck out of here.
Out of
That's
those,
insane.
out of the protesters, how many were sincere in their protest against violence?
You got to throw out everyone carrying a TV or clothes. So that leaves how many people?
You got to throw out everyone carrying TV or clothes. You got to throw out everybody that's in blackout gear, walking around with hammers, breaking windows, and doing shit that they ain't got no business doing.
But I wonder, that was a serious question. How many of the people, half, were sincere?
Well, no, here's what happened. The sincere ones usually started it, and there was no violence. And all these people, they've documented it, come in from out of state, and then they start fucking looting and breaking shit.
And give a bad name to everyone.
And give a bad
Just
name
like
to the
January 6th. You
right.
had true patriot people who fought their patriot, and then fucking nuts.
Fucking
Same
people
thing.
breaking into
All
her
of them-
office.
All of them operating on a fucking nutty conversation.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Here to help you solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. WaterPros.net for your great water systems. You hear me talking about it. WaterPros.net. The lowest prices for the best systems. WaterPros.net. Now, we got a jury comment. Some guy asked, what should I do? And I said, well, that's a summons. If you don't show up for a summons, it can be contempt of court, which can lead to an arrest. What you do is call the night before to see if your number's drawn. If it is, you got to go in. You might get excused. You may not, but you have to show up. Chris, you have a comment on that. What is it?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that if that guy, he can also call the court, and there's an information number about those summons, and all he has to do is tell them that he's unvaccinated and he's not going to get vaccinated.
Wow, I never. Hey,
That'll do it.
Chris, are you required to be vaccinated to be on a jury?
I guarantee you it is. Yeah, probably.
I don't know about in Douglas County, but maybe Denver County.
Yeah,
I never thought about this. I just never thought about it.
Why would they let unvaccinated people with vaccinated?
It kind of irritates
No,
me.
I just
People
never
always
thought
trying
about
to
that
get out
part.
of this civic duty. You know, what happens if you like the guy?
No, and then we bitch when we see a jury that's one-sided because no one showed up.
It's crazy, man. This is something you're supposed to do. You are the peer when someone is accused of a crime.
Now, Steve, what's going on? Hello, Steve. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What's going on, Steve?
Hey, Tom. Great to talk to you.
Thank you, man.
So with COVID, I lost my job. I got some severance money, so I paid my mortgage company up until
What kind of job did you have?
I was in operations.
Why would you lose a job? I thought people are dying for people, but I was just curious.
Well, this was back at the end of 2020. This was
Okay.
in aerospace industry,
All right.
manufacturing and airlines. No travel. So
Yeah, got it.
okay. So, anyways, I paid my mortgage for a few months after that, thinking I'd get a job. Well, it went to a point where I had to apply for forbearance. I was in forbearance for 6 months, got a job. And now I'm trying to get out of forbearance. And I am having the worst time. It's been over 3 months.
Now, when you say get out of it, what's involved in getting out of it?
Well, I applied for my payment deferral, meaning they were going to take my missed payments, stick them to the end of the mortgage payments.
Yeah.
And I'd start making payments again online.
Yeah.
And back to normal.
And right now, what happens if you send a payment in? Do they send it back?
I can't make it online. I have to call them.
And now you just want to convert it back to normal?
I do.
Well,
And
who's the lender? Or who's the servicer that you pay online?
Flagstar Bank.
And are they the actual underwriter, do you know, or not?
They are. They have the.
So what does Flagstar say when you call and say, listen, I just want to start making my payments like normal?
They have a sheet that they read from. They give me well, it's been approved. We're just waiting for it to be transacted. We take these and.
How is this affecting you, Steve?
Well, I tried to refinance, and because I'm still considered in the forbearance, they wouldn't refinance me, so I couldn't go for a better, interest rate. Also, I have to call in every month.
To make your payment.
September, October, and November. And I am just at my wit's end with this company and trying to.
All right, let's call Ideal, or let's call Kurt Rogers, one of our mortgage experts, and let's see what they say.
I'm pretty sure Kurt said, and we'll get him back on, but even if you're out of forbearance, you still have to have either 3 or 6 payments made before you can refi, typically. But let's see what he says.
I don't know how. Let's talk about even just getting out of forbearance, because even if you're not out of forbearance, well, he is saying even though he's making his payments, he's still considered in forbearance.
Well, I don't know how his forbearance reads. They might say he's got to make up all the payments he missed, or they've got to say, we'll tack him to the end of the loan.
He says his gets tacked. That's what he said. They get tacked to the end. So we'll get one of our experts in to figure this out. 303-713-TALK is the number. And by the way, I should mention this. Like, when you're calling and listening to a podcast or a stream somewhere, you're on a treadmill or something at the health club, and it's 9 o'clock at night, or it's different times. You can call 303-MARTINO and leave your number, and we'll call you back and get you on a show. 303-627-8466. So you never have to worry about that. Now, I want to also talk about some problems we're having with gas fireplaces. For some reason, we're having problems finding people to service gas fireplaces.
We just had someone.
Now, is Buck?
Service ours.
Is Buck? Did he ever call you back, Sue? Is Buck?
No, I don't think
this guy named Buck Denver Fireplace or whatever. Well, Lairs did a good job for years and years. Who did you have, Mark?
Man, we had this company come out.
But this is way out in Franktown.
Yeah,
so
I had to book them a month in advance, but they came out of...
Good job.
Oh, it was unbelievable. So we've got 2 fireplaces. One's pretty big. They look like brand new now. He just cleaned them up.
What was wrong with them?
He spent about 3 hours. Well, when you hit the switch, you turn the light switch on, it comes on. One of them simply wouldn't come on. And it was so dirty over the years, that's why it wouldn't come on. He cleaned them up. Even the glass and the logs, everything looks perfect. He put new ambers in. I couldn't say more about this company. $300 total for both of them. And the guy was there probably 4 hours.
Hey, Suze. Did Buck, that guy, ever call back that we used years ago?
Apparently the cell phone I texted was his employee, and he was going to pass the message to Buck to reach back to me.
So he's grown quite a bit if he has employees and stuff. I knew him years and years ago.
This place was called Quality Fireplace Solutions.
We loved it.
And they are Douglas County, basically, or Elbert and Douglas?
I think he's all over, right,
I think they go everywhere, but, man, they are so booked out. I mean, you really got it. It takes about 2-3 weeks to get on their books, but I'm telling you, they text you a half hour before they're going to show up. They set the appointment. It was just perfect. In fact, I got to talk to them about the referral list.
All right. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255 is our phone number. If you have a problem, question, or complaint, what we're trying to do is just basically protect you before the problems are made. I mean, that's one thing. And we have a lot of contractors right now just taking money and doing nothing. And that is a big, big deal. Also, you really need to be careful of a place called Pane in the Glass, P-A-N-E, Pane in the Glass. These people are overcharging people on their credit cards 5 and 6 times and doing nothing about it. Charity is the owner. Right now, it seems like she's a liar because she's not doing anything at all to do anything to help the consumers who have called this show. Beware of Pane in the Glass. And 888. Mark, can you do those? Yeah. Mark's gonna do, and you gotta press his button.
As always.
Press my buttons, baby.
You only got one button.
What?
You only got one button.
Suzanne presses my buttons. You want details? Come on. I just realized we didn't have a guest today. It's odd.
We're supposed to have Bonnie.
Oh, where is she?
I don't know, but there's her water and her money.
Oh. Well, I'll take both.
I'll get it for you. I don't know. That's what time she's coming in.
You know, I love a company that gives
Back to the community. If you donate a coat, it's got to be in good shape. The guys at 888 Heating will come out and do a 100% free furnace tune-up. You got to get this booked and done in November, so call them now. But you donate a coat in good shape, you get a free furnace tune-up. They actually tear it down. They get the dirt out of it. They make it like new. You got to check it out. It's a great deal. It's a good way for them to tell you about their company. Donate a coat, free furnace tune-up, 888heating.com, or call them at 888-HEATING. Here's a company I've used numerous times. You ready for this one? Mitch Floria and the Art of Granite. If you want the most beautiful countertops you can imagine at unbelievably great prices, you need to check out theartofgranite.com. Most jobs can be completed even now within 2 weeks, and if you get the kitchen done, they throw in the bathroom for free. Theartofgranite.com. They can even give you quotes over the phone with a few pictures and measurements. Theartofgranite.com.
The art, or is it the art? The art, or the art?
It depends on where you learned.
Where you learned it?
Where you learned it.
Where you learned it.
Learned it.
We've all learned it.
Something about that.
That's the other one, tomato, tomato, but I've never fucking met anybody that says tomato, so I believe it's all bullshit. Have you ever met anybody say, hey, can you put the tomato on the side? Like, ever?
I've done it, being facetious.
Yeah, okay, well, not fair. Doc, have you ever heard anybody say the word tomato, unless if it's tomato, tomato?
No.
Yeah. What the fuck? Where did that come from? Who the fuck says tomato? Nobody. So when people go, it's either tomato or tomato, they're full of shit, right? Because no one says tomato.
Unless they're from another country.
Who the fuck? What country says tomato?
I don't know.
Potato. Taters and maters.
Fuck this. Fuck this, man. We've got to change this world. There's a lot of shit going on. Fuck all that. We got to handle this tomato thing.
I think we
Full blown.
elect him president.
Thank you.
And that will fix the world.
Yeah.
Now, can you imagine them digging into my background? Just what you know. Forget about anything else. Tell me how this would go. Tell me how this would go.
Oh, that would be so fun. But you know good, Doc.
I don't know very much today.
Doc, is your phone ever charged?
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm just curious. I don't need it.
I just put it here for the hell of it.
Selling your home is such a big deal. In a seller's market, you want to sell it fast and for the highest price with zero hassle, right? Hey, it's Marty Lenz, and that's why I always recommend you call my friends Gay and Sarah with the local group Keller Williams Realty DTC.
Jay and Sarah continue to change the Denver real estate game with multiple cash offers for their sellers. Yes, you get the highest price with multiple cash offers in less than 24 hours with no showings while you pick the closing date, and you can stay in your home for up to 12 months. Gary, a recent client, writes, Jay and Sarah sold my home quickly to an all-cash buyer, received over asking price with no hassles, delays, or problems. It was the smoothest sale I've ever experienced. With Jay and Sarah, two things are always guaranteed. Your home sale.
You know, when that court said that except the mandate, the vaccine mandate,
was
fatally flawed. Biden said he wants companies to do it anyway out of their patriotic duty. Think about that.
Well, of course they would say that.
I mean, think of how fucking arrogant that is. Can you imagine if Trump ever tried to do that?
The problem is that the entire media world isn't against Biden, and they were against Trump.
The entire media world?
Well, most of the mainstream media was anti-Trump.
Oh, God, most. 99.9.
That's right.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Trying to get our mortgage expert on. We're trying to get a guy out of forbearance. What happens when you want to start making your payments again and you can't? Our number is 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Kurt Rogers with Affordable Interest Mortgage, AIMortgage.net, by the way. We got a question for you. Kurt, Steve was in forbearance. Now he wants to get out of forbearance. He wants to just start making his payments. He's saying he's having a hell of a time. Steve, when you call them, they say they're in the process of doing it?
Yeah, because it already shows that it's been approved, but yet they have to do something in the background where they process the approvals, but they bulk process them.
But they are accepting your payments, right?
They've taken my payments for the past 4 months.
Okay, so Kurt, if they take his payments and keep taking them, can he refi? That's what he wants to do. Or does he technically have to be out of forbearance?
If he's making his payments, it should technically take him out of forbearance because the Fannie Mae regulation says as long as he's out of forbearance making his payments for 3 months, he can refinance. Now, if it's an FHA, it kind of falls along the same lines, but it depends on the kind of loan he has. But if he's making his payments, he has proven he's stable again, back to making his payments, and then he can go out and refinance, yes.
Does that make sense to you, sir?
Yeah. So I just have to show the refinance company that I've made the past 4 months of payments and everything should be fine?
No, about 6 months, Kurt, did you say? How many months total before he tries to refi?
3.
Oh, only 3?
Yeah.
After he's out of forbearance.
Yeah, but no, he said if he does it, it takes him out of forbearance.
Yeah.
Well, no, the lender also has to go along with it, but the new lender may be able to help and get that done. I mean,
if you can show the payments being done, even if they have not officially announced you're out of forbearance, if they can show that you made the payments.
Steve, you should call over to AIM.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a follow-up for Kurt real quick.
Hold on. So, Steve, why don't you start the process by calling Affordable Interest Mortgage, 720-895-0500, 720-895-0500. I love their fix-up loan. I love their liquid loan. And then they have all the conventional FHA, VA jumbos and stuff. Go ahead, Mark.
Hey, Kurt, we were talking about Gary a while back. He was trying to refi. He had a ton of equity in his house, but his wife was in a long-term Alzheimer's unit. He had power of attorney. Whatever happened with that? Did you get involved?
Oh, yes, we did. We've got attorneys involved. We got some people taking care of it.
Awesome.
It's a process he has to go through because of the way Colorado looks at the power of attorney, the doable power of attorney. But we're helping him through that to where he gets her off before, which we can do quicker, then he can refinance. But yes, we're on that one.
Yeah, this poor guy, Tom, his wife's in an Alzheimer's unit. He's got power of attorney. all he wants to do is take some cash out, and the reason he wants to take cash out is to make her life better for money for the Alzheimer's place. He's trying to get $400 out, and he couldn't get it done, and it looks like Kurt's helping.
Yeah, well, one of my guys, his son's a New York attorney, so we got him in the middle of this.
Kurt,
so
what are people in the industry saying will happen with interest rates? What happens usually with inflation? Usually what happens?
Rates will go up. What will prevent that is if the feds to keep rates down have been buying bonds. Well, they're going to quit doing that, so rates are going to sneak up. Now, when I say sneak up, they're going to go from below 3 to above 3, but figure anywhere between 3, 3.5, and they're going to stay in there, and that will help curtail inflation along with some of the other things they're doing. But the rates will move. We'll probably hear more in about a week when the feds tell us exactly how many bonds they're going to buy on a monthly basis.
Do you think
they have been?
Do you think we're going to see some foreclosures next year? I mean, more than average due to people that were in forbearance or people just not making mortgage payments. What do you see next year as far as housing?
Great question, Mark. But right now, foreclosures are going backwards. They're going down. We are at the lowest foreclosure ratio that we've been at in years. And no, we don't see that when people get out of forbearance, because more people every month are getting out of forbearance, like this guy you just had. So they're not going to be going into that. If they go to foreclosure, it will have nothing to do with forbearance.
Right.
It will be what's happening in the economy on the other side. It won't be to do with that.
Thank you, Kurt. I appreciate it. Nick, what's going on with your apartment? Nick?
Yes.
What's going on with your apartment, sir?
So I've been in my apartment for a year and 4 months.
Yes, sir.
And I've had 2 burglaries of my property. I had my truck got broken into in the end of August. They stole about $2,000 worth of tools and a stereo system and some other things.
Man. And this is after you've only 4 months?
This happened in October.
A year and 4 months.
I've been here for a year and 4 months.
Okay,
yes.
got it.
Also, I have a custom, it's a mini bike that I built for my daughter from the ground up. It got stolen last Thursday.
So a total of how many separate burglaries?
2 so far, totaling almost $5,000 worth of property. But my issue is I had liability on my truck and I had liability on this bike. And when I got into my apartment, they're selling everybody, because it was a mandatory, we had renter's insurance, and they're selling everybody a renter's policy through my management, which was supposed to be Allstate. Well, I didn't go after them for the truck, but after my second robbery, I called them and I needed my insurance policy and policy number so I could go to my renter's insurance.
Right.
And come to find out, I was on the phone with them, on the phone for 3 hours trying to get a hold of this insurance
All right, hold
company.
on. I want to hear what's going on. If they're collecting and not buying it, they're in trouble. Hold on.
Do you have pain numb?
I missed it. What'd they say?
Well, basically, if he's paying renter's insurance,
He's buying it through the landlord, but apparently they're not buying it.
Oh, shit.
Then they're in big trouble.
Well, and he's in big trouble. If they can't cop up any money, that sucks.
Well, it's his daughter's bike, so it's not like it's going to be $100,000.
Yeah.
But the point is, if he's paying it and they're not paying the policy, then they're the ones in big trouble.
World-class doctorate level therapists. They even show you self-help techniques. If they see underlying problems, you're right there at Colorado Pain Care, the best pain clinic anywhere. Yes, you can book physical therapy directly. Maybe that's all you need. Find out today. Get your life back. 303-GOD.
So I went to play poker on Saturday, Mark. First hand, I sit down.
Pair aces.
I have ace queen in my hand.
Suited.
Ace queen. I remember seeing that. Flop comes queen deuce.
Oh, sweet.
I bet $300.
Here comes the ace.
No, the guy goes all in for $500. So
Kings.
No, I've got 3 queens.
No, I'm saying, did he have kings?
He had pocket deuces.
Oh, he pulled the deuce. So he's got a full house.
He's got a full house on the flop, and I'm thinking, I got ace queen, 3 queens and the deuce. What can he stayed in for I I raised before the flop for $30. He stayed in with pocket deuces, and he got the 1 out. But luckily, I made all the money back plus 200.
That's a shitty first hand.
I was not a happy camper.
That would have disappointed me right off the top. It would have ran me from the table.
Especially
since I'm not really, I don't.
Right, you're not a poker player.
I would have liked that.
The odds on that happening.
Y'all told me I need to get up.
If you have a pair in your hand, okay, you have a 5% chance of another one coming up. So I'm sitting there with queen, ace, and there's a deuce on the board. He's got a 5% chance of winning.
An American journalist jailed in Myanmar is now a free man.
Danny Bunster's family saying in a statement, quote, "We are overjoyed that Danny has been released and is on his way home. We cannot wait to hold him in our arms."
All right, Mark, this thing is listening to this room. I'm about to run to the other room.
Okay.
And you can quick it or not.
And violating visa regulations. He's sentenced to 11 years hard labor. U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Bill Richardson, negotiated his release. Netsela Katara, ABC News, at the foreign desk.
For the first time, there is going to be an Asian American Muppet. Sesame Street.
An Asian American Muppet, y'all.
The Korean American during a TV special dropping Thanksgiving Day. The show creating the new Muppet after a
I didn't even know there wasn't an Asian American Muppet.
Who cares?
ABC News.
Here's the deal. I've had constipation before.
Isn't one of the people on Sesame Street gay? Wasn't that a big thing that came out? I guess I don't know, inclusive.
Constipation, or IBS-C. Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Talk to a doctor today. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by Advent Pharmaceuticals.
There you motherfucker. You dirty motherfucker.
News time, 11:03.
Man, I didn't realize that store has been closed this long.
What store?
The one in Boulder where the guy shot it up, man, killed all those people. I had no idea it's been closed down this whole time.
Right now, what we're seeing across the Rocky Mountain West, the upper Midwest, sort of this swath of the country, we were largely spared the Delta spike in summer and late summer, but we're getting it now. Now, we're hopeful, and so far what we're seeing is it's not going to hit the same levels that it did in southeastern states that had 40, 50, 55% vaccination rates.
Police have stopped short of mandating masks at indoor locations in Colorado. I'm David Cave. Now, Impact Traffic. From the DuckDuckGo Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Traffic on I-25 is moving along quite well at this point. No reported slow traffic between C-470 and Colfax downtown. That's about 15 minutes. If you're traveling through the north suburbs and the Northland area, just some minor slowing northbound, making your approach to 88th Avenue. May have some street sweepers on scene, but no reported major delays. And I-70.
Wow, this is crazy.
270 up to full speed even through Commerce City. Fox 31 pinpoint weather near record heat today, a high of 74. Tonight's low 43, and then for tomorrow look for a high of 71. Currently it's 73. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 6:30 KPOW. Right now at Wendy's, see why everyone is raving about their brand new fries. Natural cut, skin on with a hint of sea salt, and guaranteed to be hot and crispy or they'll replace them. You know, the way fries should be. Try Wendy's guaranteed hot and crispy fries today at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Oh, yeah. Hey, let's get that noisy dealership dude back on.
Oh, yeah, whatever happened with that?
It's fucking Hyundai. It's fucking those lying piece of shits, man.
Did you go out there?
No, he sent me a video of him literally there.
Oh, okay.
Can you fucking believe it, Doc?
That they lied?
That they lied like
I
a
would
rug.
never believe an auto dealership would lie, Mark.
Can you send me that video, please? Those pricks. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Were they lying to us, Mark?
Outright lying sacks of shit. Wait till you see the video the guy sent us now. Lying sacks of shit. Can you believe it? I can't fucking believe it. A car dealership lying. As Doc said.
Unbelievable.
The fucking car dealership lied their fucking asses off.
Which one?
The guy drove down there and the fucking alarm goes off and you drive in. These big loud fucking speakers the whole bit.
Oh, yeah, that's
He
what
said
we
new
saw.
video.
Yeah. Okay.
Wasn't us. That's what the asshole said to me when I called up.
But you got him in the burn, huh?
Is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Welcome. What's going on in your life and how can we help you? We ask that every single day. So why don't you give us a call and let's find out what we can do for you at 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. This hour brought to you by waterpros.net. Let me explain something. You will never find better water systems for a lower price ever than waterpros.net, whether it be a whole house softening system for under, listen to this, under $2,000 fully installed. Or what about this? You can have a point of use drinking fountain under $1,000. Waterpros.net. The number 303-862-5554. 303-862-5554. Listen, what about this? You go to an apartment, they say you have to have renter's insurance, but by the way, we can buy that for you. Is that what they said, Nick?
Yes, they did.
We'll buy it for you, and then do they build it into the rent? How do they do it?
Yes, they build it into the rent. I've been paying $13 a month for a year and 4 months. What I signed into said that I had personal property coverage as well as dwelling coverage. But when I went to go get to their insurance, it was a huge runaround, but I finally got a hold of somebody for them only to tell me that the policy is a master policy and it's a landlord's insurance. It's not renter's insurance at all.
Well,
basically, for the last year, I've been absolutely not covered any of my belongings. If this place
but this is what I need to know. This is, okay, hold on. This is kind of weird, but I need to know this now. You claim that it was renter's insurance. Do you have anything to show that's what you were paying for?
Yes, I do. And
where?
They won't give me the I have my first policy. I've actually recently signed into a second one, which
no. Here's what I need to look. I'm asking a very simple question.
Okay.
Do you have something that says you're being charged $13 a month for renter's insurance?
I do, yes.
Okay, what is it?
It just says renter's policy, personal property, and
where does it say that? Where does it say that?
Just in my contract.
Okay, it does. In your lease.
My lease on my apartment, yes.
We need to see that wording. It says $13 a month, and it says renter's policy.
Okay.
Is that what it says?
I send that to?
Okay, hold on.
Yes,
we're going to contact your landlord. I mean, this sounds like fraud to me. So how many people do you think are paying this?
Oh, who knows? Probably a ton, and there's a lot of elderly folks in this apartment that are probably being duped as well.
All right. Hold on. 303-713-TALK. Suze, tell him where to get that to us. The wording in the lease. It says he's paying for renter's insurance.
I wonder, let's say everything.
If they're charging him for a landlord's policy, that sucks.
Yeah, but whoa, that'd be weird. But what I was thinking is, would it cover stuff stolen from his car anyhow?
Well, no, it wouldn't. It probably wouldn't. Now, some of them might. I doubt it. But, you know, I don't know. But still, he was paying $13 a month for a year and a half. So, you know.
It's just weird if it says it's for insurance, but there's no policy. They can say, well, yeah, that's part of the insurance we pay or his charge or who knows.
Yeah, that's why I want to see the way it's worded. Every day in this city, every single day, we hear stories of ripoffs and lying and cheating. But not all stories are lying, cheating, and ripoffs. You see, that's the rub. There are some contractors, for example, who are incompetent. Are they cheaters? No. There are some car deals that go south. Are there cheaters? Not necessarily. Sometimes stuff just happens. And sometimes it's forced to happen. Now, we have a lot of bad guys. And I believe Jeremy Carter's one of them. And the reason I bring that up is because if you didn't hear, Jeremy Carter in Weld County, mainly Weld County, Plains Building Systems, took several victims. Listen to this. He took money up front, $500,000 from Colorado, Wyoming, and Nebraska. People got little, mostly nothing. Go to sleazbrigade.com, you will find this guy on the front page. And Mark talked to the victims, and they're all hiring an attorney to challenge the bankruptcy because he filed for bankruptcy.
Yeah, they're going to do a motion 2004.
Now, let's switch to a call we got about a car dealership.
This new video that I got is...
Well, let's talk about it. Let's explain this. A guy called and said that a car dealership has a security system that is obnoxious, that when people go near the dealership, it's motion activated. And as soon as they get on the lot or near the lot, it says, what does it say? Thank you for visiting wherever.
Yeah, and if it's closed, it says, hey, you know, get off our lot, come back when we're open Monday or something.
Right. And supposedly it's a security system. What's the name of the...
Please feel free to look around.
There it is.
During regular business hours if you have any questions.
So this poor guy...
They're doing that to try to, you know, thwart theft, and I don't blame them.
Yeah, so this poor
But I do blame them if it's disturbing the entire neighborhood.
200 yards away, and it goes off in the middle of the night all the time. But what I don't like, Tom, is that the people at Arapahoe, or I'm sorry, I almost said it the wrong name, the people at the Hyundai dealership.
What dealership is it?
I believe it's Phil Long, right, Suzanne?
Phil Long Hyundai.
Phil Long Hyundai. I called him Friday, and these lying sacks of
crap
totally lied to me. Oh, that's not us. We've heard that before. That's the Kia dealership. So I called the Kia. They're like, we don't know what you're talking about. We think it's the Cadillac dealer. So finally, I tracked down who everybody said it was, which was Hyundai, but we still didn't have proof. So I told our caller, go down there this weekend when they're closed Sunday or Saturday night or Friday night, whenever they're closed, and get us video directly from there. And sure enough, he sent us over the weekend 2 videos, and Talib's going to put them up on her station. But my God, I can't believe these guys lie like a rug like that.
Did we talk to the people right there in Colorado Springs?
Yeah, I called the dealership personally. Now, if they lie about just having this system set up, what else do they lie about? Do they lie about their vehicles that probably suck? Do they lie that they got the highest or lowest prices?
It's Phil Long Hyundai, is it?
Yeah, Phil Long Hyundai. Hyundai.
Okay, now, what I'd like to know...
is why they're liars?
Yeah. Why did they lie about a stupid security system?
Let's call them up. I think our
Let's call them now. We really need to call someone, though, and say, look, we've witnessed it. We've gone there. The new video is pretty clear.
Oh, my God. You can watch it over break here in a minute.
Does it mention the dealership in the tape?
You'll see it. I'm going to show it to you. Let's go to break. You'll see it, and then we'll play it for everybody when we come back.
And it's in Colorado Springs?
Yes.
Okay, and we're going to call that dealership specifically.
God, and if they lie about that, I just wonder what else they lie about.
What? Now, who did we talk to there? Because
I called up and I talked to a salesperson. Because you either talk to service, sales, or that's it. So I hit sales.
Could we ask for the general manager?
I can sure do that again.
That's what I want to do. That because, you know, a salesperson said he knew nothing about it.
Numerous people also call Friday. We got emails from, and they denied to listeners.
I mean, it's hard to believe when you walk up on the block that happens.
And then they lie about it.
Yeah, that's
what else would they lie
about? That's what I find hard to believe. Hold on.
I can see a specific salesman lying about it because he may not know about it or he may be new. But somebody there has to know about it.
Now, tell me this isn't definitive.
Okay.
I don't have volume on. I can't use my mouse over here. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
You're going to have a spot.
Hold on. Let's talk about FixMyHome.com. That's the website for Fix It 24/7. Today's going to be 72 degrees. You should take advantage of it. Call Fix It 24/7. Get your furnace completely checked and cleaned for a lousy $39. Think about what it does. For $39, they'll go through your entire system, and they will guarantee you no breakdown. They will tune it up. They will clean it. They will take it apart to the extent they can. They will refurbish it with adjustments and make sure that it's running perfectly. If there is an issue, what's great news is you're not under the gun, right? You're not freezing, so you can think about options. FixMyHome.com. Fix it 24/7. Just $39 if you have not had it done. This is their introductory special. It's an incredible deal. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. You'll also find incredible deals at theartofgranite.com. That's the website, theartofgranite.com. But if you call the phone, you will get free estimates on the phone. Estimates that are pretty damn close. Not just for granite, but for marble or quartz or any other kind of counter that's man-made or solid surface of any kind or natural stone, because they do it all. And they're open 6 days a week, closed Sundays. You can ask about their golden showroom, but they'll get you a price on the phone. Theartofgranite.com, 303-386-5919. All materials are wholesale, tear out, and all always free. The bathroom's free when you do the kitchen, 303-386-5919.
Ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, that's pretty straightforward, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, send that to me too. I'm going to put it on.
But why is that loud enough to disturb him?
He sent us recordings from his fucking house, out of his back
That
door.
you can hear it?
Fuck yeah, you can hear it. The whole thing is a deterrent, so they're not stealing the cats off those cars, I'm sure.
And when you hear it, and you're sitting up at his house looking down, it's like they're just blasting the whole side of the hill.
Not only that, all the lights come on. You have it. She sent it to you.
I got it on it.
Yeah. Well, I meant,
We got it.
freaks. I can't believe these lying sexist shit. Why would they lie about it? I'm going to see if I can get their GM on it.
Well, Mark, if it's an individual salesman, he or she may
It doesn't
not
matter. They represent the company, and he's a lying sack of shit.
unless one person really should know about it.
How would you not fucking know about that?
I don't know. Maybe it's his first day there.
Maybe he's deaf? God.
Maybe it's his first day on the job.
Maybe he's deaf, too. Deaf, first day on the job.
Can't say deaf. He's hearing impaired.
And then the other 3 people that fucking called that said, yeah, they denied it, too. They must have got the same deaf guy that just started. And then the bottom line was, I'm not going to say who, but one of the other dealers ratted him out.
Why does my... Never mind.
I'll tell you this too, man. I've priced them a million times when I'm shopping around. They suck.
This particular dealer?
Yep. They have never been. They have been like $8,000 over on a particular Kona one time.
Wow.
8,000 over. They were at like 30 grand. Everybody else was 22.
Oh, Tom, so I went to play poker on Saturday.
Yeah.
You know who sat next to me for 2 hours?
Who?
Our buddy Terry. Grossman.
Why? Oh.
We just happened to sit down next to each other.
Bye. Please feel free to look around and return during regular business hours if you have any questions.
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's probably mid-60s. But the
Hey, Alex, how do I get in touch with your general manager? Has he got a mailbox or is he available? Thanks. Sure, thanks.
Bye. Please feel free to look around and return during regular business hours if you have any questions.
Hey, Pete, Mark with the Tom Martino Show. How are you?
Feel free to look around and return during regular business hours if you have any questions.
I agree with you. It should be turned off.
Please feel free to look around and return during regular business hours if you have any
I
questions.
agree with you. It should be turned off.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Renew Home Innovations can put beautiful bathrooms in your home, and they concentrate on the shower or tub-shower combination. They can get it done for the holidays, believe it or not, and they can get any supplies because they've stocked most of them. Renew Home Innovations with special pricing for seniors and veterans and active military. 303-904-2000. 303-904-2000. Beautiful custom-made showers. Now, they make the big rectangle showers with no threshold, so it's perfect for people with walkers or wheelchairs, or, of course, just walking in is easier. Grab bars where you need them, perimeter drains, benches. They're beautiful showers. And, of course, tubs if you need them. 303-904-2000. Adrian has an Xfinity problem. What's going on with Xfinity? What's happening?
Oh, my gosh. Okay. So I've been around for a bit. I know how to pay my bills. I'm online. I've got cell phones. Everything is pretty organized in my life. And I have certain credit cards that I use to pay all my bills. So something changed with one of my credit cards, and so I went online as usual to try to pay. This was Xfinity Mobile. And I can talk about Xfinity Cable another time, but really specifically, this was what happened. So I had my cell phone bill that I needed to pay last month, and I needed to change the credit card that I used. So I went online. I tried to change the credit card. It just kept going back and forth, back and forth.
What do you mean back and forth, back and forth? What does that mean?
All right. So I would try to put in my new payment information. It would keep saying that, and then, okay, proceed to payment. And then I would hit that, and then it would just keep kicking me back to.
Okay. So you could not, hold on, you could not put the new one in there.
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay, so it kept going back. It was like Groundhog Day. And so I picked up the phone, and so I went on the internet, and I picked up, Xfinity Mobile.
Yeah.
I called them, and it is voice-activated only. So when you are walking through the automated system, You can't hit a button. You say yes or no. Well, what if someone can't talk?
Well, I don't know. I mean, they wouldn't have a cell phone, would they?
Well, potentially, because you would have a.
Oh, for texting, maybe.
Yeah, of course. You can text. If you can't talk, you can't talk. Let's say someone's, is a smoker, maybe something happened. They can't talk. But they can text. They can hit an automated dialing system and make.
Oh, man. This guy's got me fired up.
Hold on, Mark. So basically, you can't put your payment information in there, period. Once it's in there, you're saying, unless you can talk, you can't do it.
Exactly.
There's no way to go online. There's no way to go online and enter a credit card. Suze, we do it all the time, don't we? I mean, we did it in the past. She's saying you cannot change the credit card online anymore.
We have Comcast Business, Tom, so I've never dealt with a personal account. You have more experience than me on that. That's weird.
So no, this happened 2 times. So I finally I don't even.
What?
I can't recall the last payment I did, but this more recent one, and my friend was there right in front of me.
No, I believe you, but so the point is, if you call, will they change the payment method for you?
Yes, they finally. Well, yes, but I couldn't get someone on. I couldn't get anyone to answer the phone. I called back 3 times.
I know no one answers phones anymore, and they don't do it. I mean, it sucks. I mean, it really does.
No, I was just thinking, like, I am very, very functional. I'm a very prominent white-collar person, and had someone not had the intellect of what I was doing to find out how to pay the stupid bill.
Right. I get what you're saying. It's like they make it impossible.
It was absolutely ridiculous, and this is going to hit someone's credit. I'm a mortgage lender. This is going to hit someone's credit. They're going to get their phone turned off because they can't try to make their payment. It was the most ridiculous thing I've experienced in quite a while. And I'm in the mortgage business, so I see shit all the time.
Do we have anybody? Okay, I got it. Do we have anybody that over there we can complain to about it? I mean, listen, Adrian, your complaint is well noted. I can't count the number of times I'm frustrated with websites that don't perform, or how about the ones that just don't work? I mean, period. They just don't work, and there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, there are some well-known websites that just don't work. I was on Pro Tools, which is for audio software. It's a really robust program. Their damn system, their website is flawed. There's all kinds of what's called 404 links, broken links. There's all kinds of stuff that doesn't. You try to make it work, the links don't work, and the payments don't work. I mean, it sucks. I don't know. I just think the country in general right now, when it comes to quality, we're on a downward spiral. I don't know what it is. It's almost like the leader of the country inspires everyone else to go up or down, or mean or nice, or sleepy or awake. I don't know. I mean, it's like the whole country gets a vibe, and then they go with it. And then I'm talking about all people. I'm not talking about one party or another. We just seem to catch vibes and go with them. So, Mark, you want to talk about this dealership?
Yeah, I just caught a vibe from this guy, this GM.
Now, let's talk about this.
I haven't been this fired up over some jerk in a long time.
Phil Long Hyundai in Colorado Springs has a security system that sounds...
Oh, no, I'm sorry, Tom. It's a deterrent. If you want to call it a security system, that it is not.
Okay, well, it's really not, right? It's motion-activated, lights go on, and a recording, right? Or are the lights always on?
Yeah, and it goes off in the middle of the night. It alerts the cops, and the cops come. That's what it does. And it's so loud, people called us Friday about it, complaining.
And it says, welcome or something, look around, but come back during normal business.
And in the middle of the night, it says you're trespassing. I think that's his biggest grievance.
So it's different times of the day has a different message?
Yeah.
That's my
And
understanding.
then if people still don't leave it, call
why are you so fired up about the GM?
Well, I'm telling you, I just called him. He goes, well, first of all, talking to my sales guys and asking them for a comment, you should never do that. That's what I did last week. I'm just trying to find out if it's them or not.
Right.
So he's upset about that. And then he's arguing if it's actually an alarm system or not. He's getting his semantics. I'd love to see how they do a car deal down there. In my opinion, I would never buy a car from these guys ever in a million years.
Just because of their attitude.
Just because of this attitude. And you know what? If the attitude of the whole place
I know what you mean.
is reflected in this ass I just talked to. He is an ass, in my opinion.
He's kind of being evasive about a stupid system.
Yeah,
He should
it's been there forever. If new people move in, I think he said it's been there for 30 months. And if new people move in and it's bothering new people because they're not used to it, screw them, basically. I'm paraphrasing. That's how I raised
we need to call. We need to call Colorado Springs.
And then he didn't want to come on. I said, why don't you come on and talk about it? He doesn't want anything to do with it. Oh, it looks like he's calling me back now, but I'm on the air. He didn't want anything to do with it a minute ago. Suzanne, I'll give you the guy's number. Just call down there and ask for the...
No, what I'd like to do...
bum that I just talked to.
I'd like to call Colorado Springs Zoning and Building, Mark. Really, let's do something. I mean, truly, if it's disturbing the peace, then we need to let people know.
Here's what kills me. He thinks like I discovered this. We had people calling last Friday, sending us videos.
Exactly.
Then I called up just to find out if it's actually from that dealership, and the person I talked to in sales said, not us, that's the Kia dealer next door.
No, so let's find out. Hold on. Chris, you have a comment on that Xfinity issue. What is it?
Yeah, I've had a problem with other companies, too, with this, but she needs to try another browser. Simple as that.
Which, that's a good point. So there are some times I find that certain browsers, you're right, that won't do things. What is your comment, Steve?
You're an angel, Tom. You take these calls from these people. The lady on the last call, yeah, we got apps on our phone. We got apps on our laptop. We can go to websites. But at the bottom line, at the end of the day, she told you, the last thing she told you was, yeah, she did in fact get her problem solved. How? Calling them. I mean, why is that not even an option anymore for people?
Well, it's almost impossible to find a phone number to call. Most places, they don't even want phone calls anymore. I swear to God, I'm getting so tired of not being able to talk to people. That's why I applaud Apple and I applaud Google. Because if you put a request in there and put your number in there, they call. Oh, and Amazon. They'll call you back. The biggest companies, Amazon, Google, and Apple, they'll have somebody talk to you. And they're nice and they're responsive and they're quick. Did you know that? But so many places now, they just don't give a damn. And I think it's about time. Here's what we do. I want to do this right after the break. I want to start talking to people who suck, where the customer service has gone downhill and they suck. Let's just call it like it is. Because even with the so-called supply chain and the so-called inflation and employee shortages and lazy-ass people who'd rather just collect money or be on a mortgage deferral, okay, that's not the problem. The problem is our culture. We have been losing touch with quality and losing touch with respect for people and losing touch with reality in essence. Anything goes. You can be an outlaw. You can be a shoplifter. You can be a homeless, addicted bum right in front of the front gate of people with kids, and you leave them alone. Well, guess what? There is a such thing as good and bad and right and wrong. Oh, my God, did I just shock? Somebody just had a heart attack. I'll bet. I just said that. Yeah, I did say that, didn't I? You jerks. There is a such thing as right and wrong and good and bad.
Tom, can I make a comment? Sometimes I've tried this on
I want to say, you can make any comment you want. Don't ever do it in the middle of a rant, because a lot of times here's what you do.
I was waiting. I was waiting till you were done.
No, that's good. And you can when we come back.
Have you ever tried on these phone trees just saying help? Say help 3 times in a row, and they'll connect you to a service rep. I do that all the time.
Good.
So if people try it, it'll work.
Or answer every question with agent, please.
What?
Or answer every question with agent,
No,
please.
just say help. I just say help.
Help is a good word.
American Restoration.
And then they'll, after 3 or 4 times, you say, well, let me connect you with a customer service rep. That's how I get around it.
I walked out of a car deal on Phil Long in Northland. Just off, I just walked out.
Just horrible pressure, what?
No,
Okay, guys, I'm doing this. I'm recording for vacation.
Topics discussed, giving you a chance.
Here's an unfortunate reality. If you call after a fire, flood, mold, crime, unattended death, maybe a meth lab in your rental, or some other tragedy to your property, and destruction and damage, maybe asbestos, unfortunately, if you call for a restoration company, about 9 times out of 10 you're going to get lying, cheating, rip-offs. That's why I highly recommend American Restoration, the people who do it right, with all the proper certifications, including EPA and asbestos certified. They can remediate flood damage within hours. They can do away with mold or toxic substances. They can even do a complete rebuild solution. They do as little or as much as you want. They work with your insurance company. More than 20 years experience. And honest as the day is long, as they say. 8337-AM REST, 8337-AM REST, or amrest247.com, amrest247.com.
Don't you wish everybody gave free estimates, no matter what, just free estimates so you know what you're in for? The guys at Master Rooter Plumbing do that. They'll send out a licensed plumber to your house, fully insured in the Denver metro area, and give you a free estimate on whatever you need. And if you ever do need sewer line replacement, these guys own their own excavation company and can save you a fortune. In fact, they do work for other plumbing companies. 720-434-3406. Put it in your phone right now. Master Rooter Plumbing, free estimates, the best prices. 720-434-3406.
Bullseye Event Group.
Does his next button work?
I don't have a next button.
Okay, never mind.
Bait and switch on the vehicle.
It works.
Bait and switch on the vehicle.
Is that what they did to you?
Oh, I mean royally. First they had us in the room and they jacked us up with numbers for hours, and I'm sitting there with a spreadsheet just filling them.
Let's play that, please.
I'm killing them with these numbers on the spreadsheet because every time.
Shannon, can you load up that video?
I said, no, that's what you said.
Then
I went and we were looking at this car. I actually literally took a picture of the car. Okay, took a picture of the back end of the car and had it on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to buy that car. When they rolled that car around out here for us, it was a different vehicle.
Really?
Color correct, everything except for the tail end of that car was different. Okay.
Wow, that's weird.
Oh, they did. And then when I called him on it, this fucker stood up and said, "You leave my business."
He said what?
He told us to leave his business.
Really?
It's like, how about Chevy Chase Vacation? He orders a little sports wagon, and he comes around to the family truckster.
Yeah. So we walked out of the place from the back all the way to the front, and I'm just kind of just screaming, "Yeah, we'll leave this place because you
tell him to come on air
because you bait and switched us on this car. I got pictures in my hand to prove it, and you tried to pencil whip us back there in that room." Wow. I said, "All of you people, watch this dude because he's a rip."
There's a guy on YouTube, I forget what he's called, he's an ex-car dealer. He does these great videos on what fees you should not pay ever when you buy a new car. The guy is terrific. And anybody who goes into buying a new car without watching that is crazy.
I'm telling you. Man, I was
you
so
know what?
mad.
You're right about that. We had somebody that did that one time, a video. I was the talent. And it was pretty good.
This guy.
And here's what happened.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you what happened. Is when the market is like it is now, they'll just say, "Well, fuck you," because you can stick to your guns. You can, and it's right. The guy's right. But When it's a seller's market, they don't give a shit. They'll say, well, then fuck you.
Okay.
You don't get the car.
But then you don't get the car.
Right.
But you don't get ripped off either.
Well, okay. But some people choose to get ripped off. Okay. Meaning, it's not a rip-off. You get the shit. You pay the extra fees. But it's bullshit, and it shouldn't happen. But the problem is, it does happen. Yes. Because you have assholes who let it happen. That's the point I'm trying to make about it, is that when you have people who will allow it to happen, if everyone said, fuck you, then it wouldn't happen. That's the problem.
But if enough people are wise, like he was talking about dealer prep fees for license, there's some states where it's maxed out at $75. In Colorado, they can charge up to $400 and something.
For what?
For prep fees.
Who says they can charge up to $400?
In Colorado, they can do it.
I thought I've seen prep fees more than that.
But okay, but maybe it's but in some states they max it out at $75.
That's right. But okay, so if you say I'm not going to pay your prep fee, and they say okay, you don't buy the car.
Right, they say okay, I'll find someone else.
But you don't always find somewhere else. But I'm saying.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Suze, what's going on?
So I talked to the general manager to try to get him to come on for a comment on the noisy dealership. He's just pretty upset at Mark, so he won't come on. Said Mark was unprofessional, cussing, and he's already filed a complaint with KRDO.
Okay, so listen, here's the deal. I would like to talk to him about why he feels it's okay to disturb the neighbors. Tell him Mark won't talk. Tell him Mark won't talk. And no matter, listen, here's why. What Mark did was express his opinion about the guy. And all I want to do is find out why they feel it's acceptable to disturb the neighborhood. Because I don't understand.
He's going to say because it deters theft. He said that.
Okay.
That's going to be his answer.
Okay. I just don't think that.
Are you looking at that video of it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's pretty straightforward. And the guy does it from his backyard and can hear it.
Yeah. I just think it's a terrible. I mean, it's really
it's horrible. I mean, and what I don't understand is why they basically lied about it Friday. I mean, you can call an alarm system, you can call it whatever. The sales guy I talked to over there completely denied there's anything that tells you to either leave the lot or come back or anything.
Please feel free to look around and return during regular business hours if you have any questions.
I mean, it's obnoxious.
It's really obnoxious. And now, they must know it's obnoxious because they didn't even want to admit to it Friday.
I don't think it's a problem as far as what they're doing. They can turn it down a little. You don't have to have it that loud to hear it when you're on the lot. If that's, I mean, why have the whole neighborhood hear that?
Once again, the guy Friday then tells me it's not them, it's the Kia dealer next door.
I don't know. I don't know what to do. 303-713-TALK. I want to know what people think about it. It's Phil Long Hyundai. I mean, I just think, look,
would you buy something there?
No. I think with a disregard for the neighborhood and then everyone lying about it. I mean, they weren't lying. They were playing word games. Well, we don't have a security system.
Yeah, I know. That's what he tried to do with me. Right. That's when I finally got frustrated.
It's not a security system.
I said, you want to F come on or not, man?
So here's the thing. There are different things that rattle our chain. The point is, if we get right down to it, the recording is obnoxious to the surrounding neighborhood. They can accomplish the same thing by simply turning it down.
Tom, it's obnoxious enough. Someone called us Friday during a live radio show to actually complain and ask us for help on what to do. This guy's acting like we just decided to start reporting on something. It's bothering people down there, man.
No, it is. There's no doubt, Mark. There's no doubt.
And he's like, well, if they just moved in, we've had this thing for 30 months. If it's bothering people that just moved in, that's too bad.
303-713-TALK. I'd like people's opinion on that. I mean, really.
I wonder if the Phil Long dealership here in Denver does that. Is that still around, Phil Long Ford?
Yeah. I mean, they're still around.
I mean, I wonder if all their dealerships have this.
I think that their dealerships. Well, actually, I don't know if their dealerships have it, Mark.
You know, Talib was telling a story over break. Was that Phil Long Hyundai, Talib, or was that a different one?
No, it wasn't Hyundai. It was actually Phil Long Ford. We had gone over on the west side to look at a car. Couldn't find the one that we wanted there, so we decided to go up, I guess it's North Glen, 104th or where it is.
I don't know.
We went up there, and they sat us in this room. They pencil whipped us to death. After they finished pencil whipping us to death, and I kept showing them in my little spreadsheet that, no, that's not what you just said, then they literally bait and switched us on the actual vehicle.
So they brought around a different
They brought around a different vehicle from the one that we're talking
You
about.
ordered the sports wagon, and they tried to deliver you the family truckster.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, you ordered the sports wagon. They wanted to give you the family truckster.
Well, like I said,
in my opinion, I just can't get over this GM. He had a chip on his shoulder. Like, how dare you call
John,
a radio show?
John, what's your comment, man? John?
Quiet in. Hello?
Yes, sir. What's your comment?
Yeah. There's a thing called quiet enjoyment.
That's right.
And that's a legal term.
That's right. It is. You're right. It is.
That's where this guy needs to go.
But quiet enjoyment is a landlord for a tenant. We can't. We don't have a contractual obligation to give quiet enjoyment to the people around there. However, there is a thing called disturbing the peace. And there's also noise ordinances. And there's also just even light. I mean, even their lights seem obnoxious. But we'll see. We'll see what they say.
Are you posting? Where can people see that video?
Well, I'm shortening it right now.
Good.
And I'm going to post it on Show Me Trouble. And I'm going to talk about it because I think it's worth showing. I mean, it's really worth something. We got more coming up.
Yeah, it was cute.
He's like, how dare you use the F word? I'm like, you don't know me very well. Are we on the air? No. I held it together, too, until he finally said, I'm trying to talk.
So he's a real idiot, this guy.
He is just a chump, man. You can just act. You can tell that the guy that I talked to Friday that works for him. You can tell that the shit rolls downhill. How dare you ask for a comment from one of my employees?
Well, I'll ask you for one.
You know, I even said, I'm sure it's a deterrent. You could probably do it and just light the parking lot up with those lights and not have to worry about the noise part. You got Water Pros, Genesis. Remember, solar only.
Let's talk about Water Pros for the very best water systems at the lowest prices. Waterpros.net. You don't do any better than them. Full house water softening systems under $2,000. Think about that. Or point of use drinking water. Never buy bottled water again for under $1,000. You will never find better prices or better people or better systems. Waterpros.net. 303-862-5554. Let's talk about GenesisSolarCO.com. That's where you get solar systems guaranteed for 25 years. All components, 25 years. Even production, 25 years. So if you don't produce what they say you'll produce, guess what? You get a check at the end of that year, and that's all from the manufacturer. Find out more. A 20-minute site evaluation to see if you're a good candidate for solar. They do it off-site and give you the results in 20 minutes. 303-474-4317, GenesisSolarCO.com.
Both of those two, I'm getting ready for vacation. Can you send those two, bro? Thanks, both. Okay, people in Colorado Springs neighborhood, surrounding around this Phil Long dealership, wonders why their motion-activated message is so dang loud.
Do you think our normal electricians would install charging stations for cars? Or is that a specialty? Does anybody know?
What's that? What, Mark? I'm sorry.
Do you think like Plumline or Fix It, what about it, would install a charging station for an electric car?
At your home?
You know what?
I
They
don't know why
should.
they wouldn't.
Well, I don't know. I got someone asking. Who does?
We ought to ask them.
I don't know why they wouldn't. My neighbor had his put in his garage.
Just an electrician, right?
I think so.
Time to get a free consultation with Colorado's Clear Choice. Dr. Joseph
I wonder if Plumline has, or Fix It. Maybe we should ask George or Bob.
Are you paying too much for Medicare? Do you wish it included more coverage or cost-free benefits?
Okay, it's on Show Me Trouble.
Healthcare invites you to a free seminar all about Medicare Advantage plans. Bright Healthcare believes Medicare should be simple, personal, and affordable. These free seminars will show you how to get all the coverage of original Medicare, plus extra benefits like $600 a year in rebates, comprehensive dental through Delta Care USA, a free Silver Sneakers membership, and much more.
Do you have silver sneakers, bro?
No, because I go to the gym right here.
Near you by texting the word Colorado.
I'm sure I have it, I just don't use it.
26. Don't miss your chance to talk to the experts, have your questions answered, and get all the Medicare benefits you want. There's no cost or obligation, but space is limited. So get info on free Bright Healthcare seminars near you. Text the word Colorado to 247-526.
I should start bringing gym clothes and use the
It's
gym
not bad
downstairs.
down there, is it? Not bad in a pinch. I'm going to Cherry Creek today. To Lifetime in Cherry Creek. I love that place. It's just private for me. Nobody bothers you.
That's why I like the one at the club. Nobody bothers you there either.
What club?
At the Cherry Creek Country Club.
Oh, yeah. I've not. Okay, so if I wanted to just use, is that a good gym?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, if I wanted to use that and do a social, what is the membership cost?
I don't know if you
can
have to pay anything extra because you pay dues.
Yeah, but I'm
but
not
you pay
part of it.
homeowners dues, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's part of it.
I don't know if it is. That country club, I don't know. I'd like to find out. You know the woman.
I'll find out for you.
Okay.
See, I think if you're paying HOA.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Compass Insurance Group, home of the free insurance checkup. Remember, you should get a checkup at least every 2 years, for sure every 3 years, where you compare your coverages to the market, and it's free. 303-996-9000, and it's objective. They will, honest to God, tell you if you have a great deal or can do better. CompassInsuranceGroup.com, 303-996-9000. So what's on your mind? How can we help you? 303-713-TALK. We've been talking about the Phil Long dealership, and I want to remind people, I did put it up at Show Me Trouble. That is the website we've used to get people to see the trouble around them. It's called Show Me Trouble, and it's on Instagram. What were you going to say?
I say, remember people talking about the Xfinity issue?
The Xfinity issue where Adrian found it terribly difficult to change her payment method, and where the site wasn't working. And then when she did go to do it with the app, it was voice activated only. This is just one of many companies that have taken out the people when it comes to interactions, totally taken them out. How about those virtual assistants? Oh my God, they're terrible. They almost never know what you're talking about, that chat with a virtual assistant. And then there's all kinds of crap like that. Anyway, what were you going to say?
What I've found useful a lot of times, if you get into a phone tree with a big company, if every time they say, what can we help you with, you say help 3 or 4 times, they'll say, all right, we'll connect you with a customer service rep. I found that with credit card companies. I found it with airlines, that if you do it 3 or 4 times, they'll just say, okay, we'll connect you with a customer service rep. It's certainly worth a try.
Anyway, I will ask Adrian what she wants us to do. I mean, we've acknowledged a complaint. A lot of people have agreed with you, Adrian. The personal touch is gone. I mean, really, they're honest to God, except for a few companies, there is no real customer face-to-face customer service anymore. Adrian?
I'm just concerned that if somebody is not as
tenacious
resourceful as I am.
Yes, I know.
They're going to get their phone shut off.
You know, you're right.
The reason
listen.
I was able to make my payment was because I called Xfinity because I have cable. I've got my internet. I have a home office. That's who I called to make my payment. It was not Xfinity Mobile. And anyone who is like holding onto their cell phone, if they aren't as capable as I am, what the heck are they going?
They're going to either lose cell service or find someone to help them, and I hope people can call us.
Well, call Adrian.
303-MARTINO. 303-627-8466. Mark?
Hey, I just had an email wanting to know if anybody that installs the charging stations for electric cars. Don't you think Plumbline Fix-It all of our electricians? Isn't that a normal hookup?
We should call and ask.
Yeah, let's find out. And if they're
not in the business, they should be. They should be in the business because that seems to be a big field coming up. Charging stations.
I wonder if you get tax credits or anything on the stations. Probably not. I don't know.
I don't know that either. But here's what I suggest, too.
What do you think you need to charge these? A 50-amp service? Or what do you think the chargers even are?
I have no idea. But wouldn't it be good if that you buy the charger and then you simply buy the pigtail for the car? Meaning there are start packs, for example, for aircraft. They sell the start pack. Okay, that's the power. But then you buy pigtails according to what class of aircraft. I mean, wouldn't that be more logical? So if people change from a Tesla to a Leaf or from a something, yeah, that you have the power, and now all you do is basically buy the pigtail. I don't know anything about charging stations. I want to talk to people who've had charging stations installed. I imagine Tesla recommends people call a Tesla dealership. I'll bet you they have a list of names.
You know how your phone charger works over there?
Right.
That's how I think the charging station should be.
Yeah, you know the induction where you put your phone down, or is it conduction? It's conduction, induction. So if you take like a pad in your garage that's powered, you turn it on, right? So now you pull your car up over the pad, you go and flip a light switch, or it senses magnetically when the car is on there and it turns on. How cool is that? Because that will charge a battery overnight. And I think you're going to see more and more as time goes on. So, people, give us a call if you have a problem, question, or complaint. I'd like you to weigh in on customer service. Who's got it, who's not, and why? What's going on with the world?
They're putting one in, you know, that house in Hollywood Hill, Tom? They're putting
Really?
a charging
How much
station
are
in.
they? Do they know?
So, what? That's part of the deal. It
For
comes
you-
with the
for
charge-
each unit?
Yeah, in my unit, so I'll find out from the...
Just for you. Even if you don't have the car. In other words,
Right, it comes with the unit. When I'm buying this property,
You get a charger.
it comes, so I'll find out which company it is that's putting
I
it
saw a
in.
guy 3D print the vehicle receptacle part of the charger thing.
Oh, that's
Even
cool.
though he has a gas car, you know, but now he always has a place to park.
Oh.
Awesome.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So
So he
he
just
gets
pulls
to
up and-
park right up front.
Always got a spot.
I don't condone that behavior.
Sure, better than a handicap placard on it.
I wonder if he gets a free squeegee with it.
Remember we had that woman that was using the fake handicap pass, and you guys thought it was okay, and I didn't like it.
I have a question.
We had a deputy, like Deputy Doc, that gave this woman a ticket for having an expired handicap in the front of our building, and she worked here. And this part's even obvious. She's obviously handicapped, even though it was expired. She is obviously handicapped, but he gave her a ticket.
Oh my goodness! Why you ticket that lady, man?
That was some crazy shit.
Hey, were any of the people, the two people that this kid Rittenhouse killed, were they black, white, Asian?
I think they were both white.
Oh, okay, so there won't be any riots.
That's not true. They have the National Guard state ready.
They
You know
won't-
that they're saying it is going to be right.
I don't think so.
Okay, but
I'm just saying it's my opinion.
yeah, they say it's going to be.
I need some coffee.
Patrick Leahy, the nation's longest-serving sitting senator, is
God, that's funny.
Former Trump aide Steve Bannon surrendering to the FBI today. He's charged
You should have just seen it. Oh man, 7 years ago. Look at that shit.
January 6th.
I rented a party bus, and we went to the show Dumb and Dumber 2.
Rejecting appeals from Volkswagen and the emissions cheating scandal. It clears the way for state and local governments to sue the car maker for what could be billions of dollars in penalties.
Excel is going to make a fortune taking infrastructure money while gouging us for gas and electricity.
Well, Excel doesn't sell gas, I don't think. Oh, natural gas. Yeah.
Many of these migrants have been trapped at that border for weeks, freezing, hungry. This morning, the tensions escalated with a new crush of migrants. And the EU's top diplomat is now saying they will cut sanctions on Belarus.
Your YouTube people are missing you monitoring their typing, Mark.
Why?
Well, they've been saying things that they want you to say or look into.
She meets with the major stakeholders in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Bill Libaugh, ABC News.
Rob tried to manage his constipation with belly pain, discomfort.
Specifically, Chris Abbott wants Suzanne to poke you for not reading.
All right, I'm reading now.
And finally said yes to adding Linzess.
Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in patients with laboratory. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel block.
I think,
It may not
man.
help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools.
Phil Long Hyundai is who I'm talking about.
Stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach aches, and
In the spring.
Talk to a doctor today. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by Happy Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
Question for Doc. Does Cherry Creek Golf Club still have a par 6?
Does what?
A par 6.
No.
That was 6.
That was Los Verdes.
That was Los Verdes?
Yeah.
Doc, that was Los Verdes.
A par 6. I didn't think that was even a real thing. It's not, is it?
There aren't any on the tour anymore. But it really makes no difference. Because if you made every hole a par 7, right? At the end of the day, the person with the lowest number of strokes
Still can win.
Yeah, but if you had a course that did that,
Yeah.
when you actually started figuring your handicap, it would fuck shit up big time. Because people would still be coming in at 3 or 4 on a par 7. Unless they, and even if they legitimately made it like a, 900-yard fucking dog leg or something on a fucking boat. I mean, shit, that would fuck your handicap up too, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
But as far as, like there are some tournaments where for the members it's a par 5, but for the tournament it's a par 4. let's say it's a 500-yard par 4. Normal people can't reach it in 2. These guys, a 500-yard par 4 is no big deal.
Well, plus they do it all the time.
Right.
Par 6 has 2 windmills and a clown.
That's good. That's good.
Who is Melaleuca?
Fuck if I know.
Melaleuca? Somebody calls themselves Melaleuca.
It's comment about Melaleuca.
Oh, Melaleuca is a product.
Oh, it's a product?
line. Yeah, brand name. I use a lot of their product too.
Motor City, that's right. Motor City, Motor City. Tim. You haven't heard of Bozo? Bozo the Clown?
Who ain't heard of Bozo?
It's an episode of Seinfeld. George is telling George they have like, oh man, they hire a clown. He's like, how come you didn't get Bozo? Bozo, man, he's out, man. You're living in the 60s, man.
Who's the clown on Mary Tyler Moore?
Hold on. My favorite part of that episode, though, isn't the clown part. Actually, it is the clown part because the kitchen catches fire and the clown puts it out with his big shoe, and George pushes over the old lady, separates the children. The fire guy goes, how do you live with yourself? He goes, oh, it's not easy.
What was the name of the clown on Mary Tyler Moore, remember?
I never watched Mary Tyler Moore.
You're kidding.
No, I never got into Mary Tyler Moore.
Do you remember, Tom?
Yeah.
What was the name of the clown? He was, and then made a big deal about
Chuckles. You're up.
Was it Chuckles? Remember when he died?
Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. Wonderful gifts, small or large. Real CBD that works. If you know someone that suffers from pain, anxiety, inflammation, it comes in all forms: chewables, gel caps, tinctures, oils. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Use Tom in the promo code. Get 30% off. Austin called on Friday, talked about a car dealership, and he said it's Phil Long Hyundai in Colorado Springs, making an awful racket. They have some kind of a motion-activated recording. Now, the lights, as I understand it, those are on all the time. Is that right?
Yes.
Well, in any case, this dealership has a motion-activated recording. So when you step near it, it says, thanks for stopping by, whatever. Feel free to look around, but come back during normal business hours. But isn't there something else that says, something about...
Your actions are being recorded. Like you're trespassing on private property, your actions are being recorded on video.
Right.
Please leave the premises immediately or call us.
That's after a certain time, right?
But that's not an alarm system,
No,
by the way.
it's
That's
random.
that's a theft deterrent.
No, wait. What did you say, Austin? It's at random?
It's random as far as which message goes off. They're both playing, alternating. I don't know the
Maybe
rhyme or
they have
reason
an
behind
electric
which
eye,
one.
and if they see a black guy, it says, "Hey, get off the property." If they see a white guy, they say, "Look around." I'm just kidding, folks. Phil Long is not doing that. But anyway, there are two messages, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm just going to say shame. Shame.
I just have
shame.
a little mind.
Now, here's what the GM said.
Yeah.
He said it's got AI, so some kind of artificial intelligence, and it escalates each time, and then it'll actually call the police. And the police, according to him, are dispatched at least 2 or 3 times a week, every week.
Do police go there a lot?
And by the way, it's not an alarm system, according to him. It's a theft deterrent system.
Exactly.
And that's not an aftermarket warranty we're selling. That's that's the wax and glow.
And that is not even an escalation because I hear the random where it starts, you're trespassing on private property as the first message on a regular basis. It's not like they play the first one, nice one first, and then if it keeps going, it'll play the more warning one. It's very
Hey, how long ago
random.
did you move in?
I've been here for 13 years, but they have been playing this for 2 years solid.
Yeah, he said I hit that. Yep, at least he wasn't fabricating that part up. He said it's been there for about 18 months. How come you just called us last Friday about it, and it's been 18 months?
I called them last summer. They put me through to the third-party security company. They gave me the runaround, said they were going to look into it. They didn't do anything. And I've called them twice since then.
Wait. Did you just call the security system? Because once again, according to the GM, it's not a security system. It's a theft deterrent system.
Hyundai, they sent me to Phil Long Ford. Phil Long Ford referred me to the third-party company that they hired to put that system in.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I feel bad for you living next to that. It would drive me insane.
Did you like the videos? I mean,
man, you can't get any better of proving it's Phil Long. And really, once again, what really got me was Friday when I called over and talked to someone in sales, and I record everything. He said, that is not us, and I explained exactly that it talked to you and everything else. It's not us. It's the Kia dealer next door. And the funny part about that is they own the Kia dealer as well. Then the Kia dealer told me it was the Cadillac store. It's like they get so many complaints on it. If I had to guess, and this is just a guess, they are told from the top down, it's not us. It's not us. Pull a Chris Rock on it.
Anyway, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So, whatever is on your mind, give us a call. We'd be happy to help you any way we can. All right? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, so let's talk to, and I appreciate it, by the way, let's talk to Vern. Vern, what's going on? Hello, Vern.
How you doing, Tom?
What's going on, man?
I just want, you were talking about how, people's motivation to provide customer service has just gone down the toilet.
It's lately. Totally, I mean, what do you think, man? I mean, you don't have to be a genius to figure that out.
You don't. You really don't. And unfortunately, it goes hand in hand with what the lady was saying earlier, is that not everyone wants to do everything on the internet, on the web. Sometimes it's just so much faster to pick up the phone, get a person on the phone, and resolve the issue between two human beings. You may utilize the computers to get the problem solved, but when you're working person to person, there's no miscommunication, and it's just so much easier to deal with.
Isn't it easier? I think a lot of companies have gone away from the person-to-person thing. Here's why. Okay, if you really talk to them off the record, they think most questions are dumbass, and they want to direct people to frequently asked questions or what they call the support community, which are past customers who can help answer questions. Then they figure if there's something you can't solve and you can't find it in our knowledge database, okay, then you can call us. They're trying to cut through the mustard to get to the real issues. I know what they're trying to do. It's pretty obvious because they always do the FAQs. Then they do the help community, which is basically the support community, and they say, if you can't find it in the knowledge base, okay, last resort, we'll talk to you.
Right. So I just tried to order I'm doing a rebuild of a truck, and I tried to order some body mount parts from a business in Colorado.
What kind of truck, by the way?
It's a 78 square body Chevy.
Okay, if you're going to pick all the time and energy to rebuild a truck, why'd you pick a 78? I'm just curious because it's not necessarily a sexy year.
I'm just a square body Chevy fan. I have a 73, a 77.
You just like that square. You like that square look.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So I ordered some body mount bushing kit from 4-Wheel Parts up in Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
And when I originally got the part number and everything like that from them, they told me it's 1 to 2 weeks out. I did a little bit of research with my buddy because we're redoing his truck first, which is the 78. I then called on October 22nd, and I placed the order for these bushing kits.
All right, so what's the problem?
And he told me that with shipping, it's going to take 3 to 4 weeks. And I was like, well, the guy told me 1 to 2. He's like, yeah, but I like to just say 3 to 4 just to cover bases. I said, fair enough. I waited 3.5 weeks. I then called the salesman back. I said, hey, what's the status of my body mount bushing? He says, you know what, you were working with this gentleman. Let me have him do some research, find out where they're at, and then I'll have him call you back. About 4.5 hours later, he called me back, and he said, so I've called the manufacturer, and the manufacturer says they're waiting for production. It'll be 4 to 6 weeks. I was like, well, wait a minute. That's not what we arranged. And
Yeah, but there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, right? The guy just can't help it.
So I went to that specific brand, Energy Suspension's website, called their phone number. They have 15 of them in stock. They ship within 3 business days.
Oh, my. Well, okay. But you did what you were supposed to do, didn't you?
Right. So I called and I canceled the order with them. And the guy was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. Talk to you later.
All
I'll
right.
get it canceled.
You know what? I
He
get you.
doesn't
No,
even
I
care.
get you. You know, I know. I get it. I get it. There are people. Listen, it goes with anything. It's as good or as bad as your first interface. How many times have I gone to a store, especially when it comes to like Home Depot or those kinds of stores? Not necessarily just Home Depot, but you go to one of those stores. It could be plumbing supply, it could be something. And you have this widget and you say, do you carry these? No. Because they're too damn lazy to look for it. I one time went looking for a fender washer. The guy says it's a big, thick, not thick, but wide washer with a small hole. They call them fender washers. And I said to the guy, do you have these? No. And right at his foot, right at his ankle, there was a whole bin of them. And I happened to look down and said, oh, you mean these you don't carry? I mean, I was so pissed off. Now, let me give you another idea how the world's falling apart. I don't know why. I don't know what's happened. I swear to God, I don't know what happened. It's like overnight the country has gone to sleep. I went online and ordered something from Advanced Auto Parts, and it was 7 o'clock. They said it would be ready in 30 minutes. I paid online. They said it's ready in 30 minutes. Your order is ready. I go over to the Advanced Auto Parts on Evans. I get there. It's locked up. A sign says, sorry for the inconvenience, staffing shortages, we're closed early. Think about that.
Man, you got a better temperament than me. That put me over the edge.
No, I mean, it's really crazy. And so things are like this now. I mean, really, this is the new normal. The new normal. And it's not just COVID, people. It's an entire sleepy, don't care, laissez-faire attitude about everything.
Have you noticed every scale restaurant, I don't care anywhere, well, I'm not going to say McDonald's, but anywhere from, say, Applebee's up to Del Frisco's or Shanahan's, the portions have gone down. I personally think the service has gone down a little. Have you noticed the same?
Yes.
The portions have blown me away.
Well, they're having trouble, Mark, without raising prices.
But no. How about when they do raise prices and the portions are smaller?
I don't know. They're trying to deal with supplies and demands. And look at, and by the way, the guy doing the 78 Chevy, if you had to pick a year for a Chevy pickup, I don't think there's a dispute. The best-looking Chevy pickup ever, and probably the one that was turned into the most hot rods ever, 1946. If you look at it, you'll see exactly what I mean. There have been more hot rods made with a 1946 Chevy pickup than ever. I mean, they are the coolest-looking Chevy, the coolest-looking body ever. Anyway, Joy. Welcome to the show. I'm going to take you right after this, Joy. Hang on, please. I got to take a break.
I got to tell you, when I had my practice, Tom, we never had a phone tree. We always had a person answer the phone. I can't tell you how many patients told us they loved the fact that when they called up, they spoke to a real nurse. Not just
Fords and Chevys back then looked looked almost the same. The 46 was. Hold on. I'd be so. Rocky Mountain IV Medics for hydration therapy is just what you need, and you won't pay any more than going to a hydration bar. So why not have the medical professionals at your place of business or your home or your office, in my case, at the studio. RockyMountainIVMedics.com for hangovers, migraines, dehydration, vitamin deficiencies, or just getting you over the hump if you're sick. 720-987-2155. Make same-day appointments. Text or call 720-987-2155. Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. I say that and I mean it. Because at Ideal, they're looking to put you in a better position than you were in. They don't steer you to any particular product because they are all salaried loan officers looking for the best loan for you. And they have the interest rate guarantee. So if you refi, you don't have to worry about missing the boat. If rates go down, they refinance you free of charge. So think about that, and that's a 2-year guarantee. You get a new 2-year guarantee every time you close. In addition to the interest rate guarantee, they have credit optimization to help you even after
you're approved to make your credit even better, and it does it quickly in order to get you better pricing. Not to mention pre-approvals, which are like a cash deal. The money's set aside. You just have to find a house. So your offer goes to the top. IdealHomeLoans.com for your next ideal home loan. 303-867-7000. 867-7000.
When it comes to roofing, Excel Roofing offers everything I recommend. First, they don't take a cent until you're content. That means no money up front ever. No hidden cancellation fees. No high pressure. Just honest, free, complete estimates to make sure you know exactly what you need. And they can do it all from overhead aerial technology with no contact. 100% satisfaction guarantee. You'll love the way they clean up like they were never there. They've done roofs for me. If you have old hail damage, call Excel. Ask about their hail-resistant roof where you can get up to 28% discounts on insurance. They even do roof repairs on my referral list. Since day one, in business 27 years, same owner, Jay Brent, with more than 36,000 happy customers. 303-761-6400. 761-6400. ExcelRoofing.com.
This other guy said same thing happened to him at AutoZone, man.
They closed?
Yeah, they just
your orders ready.
Got an email and went to go pick it up and it was closed.
God, that would irritate the shit out of me to no end.
Mark would throw a brick through the window and go pick it up himself.
I definitely wouldn't do that. It sucks.
He's worked extensively with patients suffering from these kinds of neurological issues, and he can help you recover your ability to communicate. Get started at ColoradoVoiceClinic.com.
Some people treat investing like a game, but Marcus by Goldman Sachs approaches investing in a smart way with digitally managed portfolios that leverage Goldman Sachs strategies. So, do you want to play games, or do you want your money to work smart? You can money. Visit Marcus.com to learn more about saving, borrowing, and investing with Marcus by Goldman Sachs.
Investing involves risk and investments may lose value. Brokerage and investment advisory services by Goldman Sachs and Company, LLC. Member FINRA, SIPC. Lending and deposits products provided by Goldman Sachs Bank USA. Member HSBC.
Yeah, so Suzanne gets the wedge salad Friday over at Del Frisco's. It used to be easily a half a head of lettuce, easily. It was like 1/4 of a half. I mean, it was 70% smaller.
Really?
Then what do you think about when you hear tomahawk? You think about a big ass steak?
Yeah.
I've never had a tomahawk under 40 ounces. This thing might have been 30.
Wow.
And
Is
then
that the two of you?
This one's a little silly, but it drives me crazy. They put like a butter sauce on the bread.
Yeah.
And I asked for butter and never got it, but I think she just forgot. But there's no butter served with the bread because they just put some on top of it now. That drives me insane. I like real fucking butter.
Yeah. Spread it on
But
down.
don't you find in places like Dell's and Shanahan's, they tell you how many ounces the steak is? You think they're lying about it?
They don't tell you. It's not on there.
Where? Come on.
No, it's called the tomahawk steak. That's
Yeah,
what
but
it's
normally
called.
they'll say like
Some of them say 48 ounces.
right, or 28.
Yeah, theirs doesn't.
16-ounce ribeye.
I did, but this doesn't. It just says Tomahawk Steak.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. GenesisSolarCO.com. You can call for a 20-minute evaluation. They'll get back to you to let you know if they can really get you the solar to make it worth your while. And it's a free check. GenesisSolarCO.com. It takes 20 minutes. And you get all the tax credits if you are approved and you own the system. And they guarantee components for 25 years. GenesisSolarCO.com. All right. Now, Joy, welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino. We have lines open at 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Hello, Joy. What's happening?
So I have been purchasing products from a company called Melaleuca.
Yeah.
It's a home-based company. And their customer service is absolutely over the top.
It's a pyramid deal.
I have ever dealt
It's
with
not a pyramid.
in the
It's
world.
network marketing.
Okay.
There's a big difference, Mark. I'm not sticking up for them. I'm just saying there's a big difference.
I'm curious.
And there's nothing wrong with network marketing.
I'm not saying there is.
Network marketing is where people get people to sell under them, and then they break off into. It's a pyramid is where one person has two, and then two has four, and four. It's a pyramid where there's not enough money at the bottom to sustain people making money anymore. So what happens is a pyramid is illegal. Okay, it's also called a Ponzi. Network marketing, while, by the way, I personally don't like most network marketing companies because they stress the opportunity more than they do the products. But there are some companies that go over the top. Over the years, there have been a ton of network marketing companies. Everywhere from Amway to Shackley to Herbalife to Cambridge Diet to there's a ton of them. And so many of them have excellent customer service because they're very, very efficient when it comes to making money because they have so many people advocating for their products. It spreads like a virus. Now, again, I don't think there's anything wrong in and of itself with network marketing. The problem I have with most network marketing companies is they appeal to the lazy. The big appeal about network marketing is let someone else do the work for you, and you sit on a beach and collect a check. Now, here's what I say. At every Amway meeting, they would have people saying, so-and-so sitting on a beach collecting $600,000 a month or a year. Okay, well, everyone wants to be the person sitting on the beach, but there's got to be worker bees. And when you sell the opportunity and not the product, that's what you have. You have a bunch of people that are lazy that want to get rich. And it doesn't work, but except for a few worker bees that do all the work. Now, if you get and drill down to the product, the other part I don't like about network marketing is every single network marketing company, every single one of them says their products are the absolute best. Okay, they all say it. So the proof is in the pudding, but everyone says it. Melaleuca has been around a long time. They have pretty good products. Their customer service is good. You know, they've had their trouble over the years. Every network marketing company has had their trouble. I'll tell you why. A lot of people that get involved, they feel like it was misrepresented, the opportunity, or they feel like I don't know. There's all kinds of problems because the people you're getting involved at network marketing is Joe Blow and his wife Mary Blow. They're just automatically getting involved, wanting to make money, as opposed to loving the product. But anyway, let's talk about customer service, Joy. What do you love about their customer service?
So if I may just say that I have never been part of their network marketing. I've always just been a retail customer. And so I do very much appreciate their product. I think it's wonderful.
Good.
And so as far as the whole network marketing, I get where you're coming from, but I've not ever been part of that.
Yeah, that's fine.
They just, from the time I started using it, when you did have to pick up the phone and call somebody, to now, I mean, I'm not especially good at doing the whole internet thing. I like to be able to talk to somebody.
That's
I'm
wonderful.
also in the in the customer service business, so it is just really
Good.
refreshing to be able to get on that phone and talk to someone that is patient, that is kind, that is upbeat. It's
Exactly.
really nice.
By the way, one thing about network marketing as well, the products are usually more expensive. Now, I know people are going to say, oh, no, they're not. Not all the time, but many times they're more expensive because they're paying generous commissions through the line. But there's nothing in and of itself wrong with it. The problem I have is when they sell the opportunity more than the products. For God's sakes, there's so many companies that just want, like I say, get rich, sit on a beach, collect a check. And that's the problem. The products should be in and of themselves good. But I'm going to tell you the biggest problem with all the products, with every single one of them, everywhere. You want to know what it is? It's not the product. It's how it's used. Do you know there's almost not a bad multivitamin? It's how it's used. It's how you use them. There's no bad minerals and vitamins, not if they're truly minerals and vitamins. It's how you use them. It's the protocol. It's how you implement it into your life. There are people who use vitamin C. They use it wrong. Or they use vitamin D wrong. Or they might take the quercetin wrong. It's not efficacious. It doesn't. The efficacy is really low because they're not doing it properly. And they just either crap or pee everything out, and they're not doing things properly, or they negate it with their diet. So products in and of themselves, it's like makeup. You can have two women buy makeup, and you can have two completely different results, believe me. One can look like a clown or the Joker, and the other one looks like a fashion model. Why is that? It's not the product. It's not the product. Just like with skincare. So, anyway, there's a lot to be said about how to use products, how to use vitamins. Same with medications. Medications don't work on everyone if you don't use them the proper way.
Tom, do you remember the big thing with Herbalife? There was a huge trial because one of the people who had a large stock at Herbalife claimed that it was a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
And the FTC came down with a ruling that I believe, I'm not sure what the exact number, that I believe was 70% of your income has to be from the sale of the product in order for you to be defined as a network company and not a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, and I don't recall what any ratio is by law. I don't recall, or common law.
The ruling.
But I do know that by nature, those who sell too much of the opportunity and not enough of the product are by itself are going to be more like a pyramid. But the way they're structured is not to be that way. Again, what you have some jerks at meetings would say, just buy the product and keep it in your garage. And all that is like a chain.
You know, you just nailed something I didn't realize. I've been reading about this company, and the Florida Attorney General actually went after him, saying exactly what you said. The suit accuses the company of operating a pyramid scheme that emphasizes recruiting new distributors over the actual product.
Exactly. And that, by the way, even with a chain letter, that happens. Chain letters are illegal. But here's how they do the chain letters. Have you ever seen them? They say the stuffing envelope thing. With stuffing envelopes, they say make $5 per envelope.
Or building the little dolls.
Or whatever. Any kind of what you're doing is emphasizing something that has no meaning and no value in order to make money. The stuffing envelope schemes. Do you know how it works? Does anyone realize? Have you ever sent away for it? I have. I'm going to tell you how. You remember you used to see the ads. Make so much money a month stuffing envelopes. Just stuffing envelopes. How does it work? We'll talk about it coming back.
And it really works. And that was in newspapers. That shit was in print.
Stuffing envelopes. We'll talk how it works. You'll be amazed at how it works.
Should we start stuffing envelopes?
Okay. Well, I must say this is the first time I ever got a complaint like this.
You got a complaint?
Not personally, no. Turn that off for a second.
Minutes between I-25 and I-70 with no delay. No problems on I-70. We are checking clear now as you work your way between 225 out to the Arvada Golden area. No reported slow traffic. Fox 31 pinpoint weather near record heat today. A high of...
That would be a problem. Oh, Integra. I'll need this one.
This week on Red Pilled America, we tell the story of multimedia icon Glenn Beck and how he blazed the trail for how to fight back against cancer culture.
Did you ever see Glenn Beck's Christmas show? I did years ago. It was pretty good, man. Did you ever see it?
Integra Insurance is the company I use to buy health insurance. Now they're helping me with Social Security and Medicare supplements. By the way, whatever your health insurance need, they can help you during open enrollment. You don't have to worry about getting the most tax benefits, tax credits. They can help you. You don't have to worry about the best plan for you. Just answer their questions, and they'll do the work for you. Don't try to go through that maze alone. Health insurance made simple and smart. IntegraInsurance.com. 303-466-5500. Free legal advice when you need it the most. Have you heard me say that before? There's a reason for that. Because when you're in an accident and you're injured and you're wondering, where do I go? What do I do? Call John Fuller, Fuller Law. It's that simple. There's no reason not to make the call. You don't have to hire him. It's a free service. He'll talk to you about your case. And if you decide to hire him, there's still no money out of pocket. It's all on contingency. He only collects if he collects for you. 303-597-4500, John Fuller, FullerLawCO.com, 303-597-4500. No, that's personalinjuryco.com.
Maybe you have the first one forgets routine tasks more than usual, like letting the dog, or struggles with chores like laundry or cooking. Sometimes what may seem like a senior moment consistent with normal aging could be symptoms of MCI, the earliest clinical stage of Alzheimer's. If you or someone you know is experiencing difficulties like these, or other memory issues or mood changes, talk to a doctor and consider asking about cognitive screening. You can also learn more.
You know what gets me, man?
Most common cause.
When companies lie like that, for that guy to stand by, it still is going to piss me off forever, and say that's not an alarm system, it's a fucking theft deterrent system, or whatever the fuck he said is going to drive me crazy forever. You realize with that logic, literally no one in the world would ever lie then, because you could literally just change definitions and make up new shit. It's just fucking ridiculous. Well, that's not an alarm system, that's our theft deterrent. Fuck you.
Well, that's what happened.
Fuck
Words, people are always.
I just can't believe what a lie. You can just tell the bullshit. As soon as he opens his mouth,
Prosecution has
bullshit
been doing
comes
the
out.
closing argument for fucking how long now?
Well, they get as long as they want. So that means the defense already went.
Bazooka Joe wore a mask.
They get the last. And I've never understood that about our legal system. That's the one thing. I understand the burden of proof, but I still think the defendant should get the last say. It goes right along to the burden of proof. I think he's going to get found guilty or a hung jury on one count of the lowest manslaughter, for lack of a better words, on the guy that basically, I'll say, got accidentally shot. But then I started thinking, he can't use self-defense for a guy that wasn't even around.
No, that's negligent homicide.
That's what I think he's going to get. But how about when a cop is, accidentally shoots someone in a shootout? They never get manslaughter. Why is that? Is that because they're protected?
A cop?
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. It seems crazy to me if a crowd of people are rushing me to kill me, and I have to open fire up, and someone gets killed that wasn't in that group because I'm freaked out, I guess that is manslaughter. I don't know. I don't know how I look at that. Or how about if people are chasing you in your car to leave? A fucking riot mob's chasing you in your car, and you end up running into someone that has nothing to do with it. but you're running for your life. I mean, you go to prison over that? You see what I'm saying?
I would hope not.
I would hope not either. But it is kind of weird that police are fully protected on that shit. Or I guess used to be. I guess in some places they're not.
They're not. Huh, you still have to burn it.
That Steve Bannon always looks
Looks like
guilty. He looks like a fucking truck. He looks like a fucking truck.
He looks like kind of like a
burned out
thug.
alcoholic.
He looks like a thug.
He is a thug.
What is he anyway? I don't even know what he is.
He's rich.
He's
Outside of that,
a rich opportunist.
What did he do? Before Trump, what was he?
I have no idea.
Some sort of wasn't he part of Breitbart Media?
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know what that is.
What is it?
Just
What's his first name?
Steve.
It's a media outlet, right side.
That's probably.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter.
303-713-TALK. I want to remind you about SaferNet. Listen, every day we hear about data breaches and people losing money through the internet or through digital means. Do you know if you have SaferNet, that can save you? It can save you. When that pipeline was hacked and they paid millions in Bitcoin, SaferNet for a couple bucks a month would have saved them millions of dollars. SaferNet is an app that runs in the background on your phone or your tablet or your computer or your laptop. It runs in the background, and it will not allow anything to communicate outside of your computer that will do it harm. Any viruses are shut down immediately, any malware, any adware, any ransomware. If you use it as directed, you will be completely safe. And it's only a few bucks a month for each device. SaferNet.com to find out more. And here's the best part. You get 44 days free with Tom in the promo code. 44 days. I'm sorry, 44 days. SaferNet.com. Put Tom in the promo code. Nick called earlier and said, I pay for renter's insurance through my landlord, and I pay $12 a month. Yet, when it came to trying to put in a claim, they said, oh, you don't have renter's insurance. It's a landlord's policy that you're paying for. And he says, well, that's not what I was told. I said, give me some proof.
Well, it's not good proof at all.
Well, it says renter's insurance.
Yeah,
that's pretty damn good proof.
Look at the policy.
Where's the policy?
It's third picture. Here's what it says.
All right, hold on. I got first, second, third. Where is it? There it is. Special provisions.
Next one.
Well,
the actual policy.
Mark, this is the last one in the series of emails.
Here you go. Look. Read the top.
Okay, I go. Just wait a second, bro. Let's read. Okay, I read first, then I'll talk to you really quick. Okay, it says, what does it say, Mark?
Lease addendum,
go ahead.
Liability insurance required by resident.
Right.
That's the insurance. It's liability insurance.
Okay.
It's not theft insurance.
No, but it is liability. Okay.
Yes.
So it's liability, and it does cover the tenant. It does cover the tenant.
Yes, but it's not going to cover.
You are required. I get it. I get it. But his thing was he wasn't insured for anything. He is insured for liability. Your occupants and guests, your personal injury, your property damage. Okay, so he is covered for that. Okay, so that's good. And including damage to our property. Nick, this is as plain as can be. It's renter's liability insurance.
Did you get the most recent one?
What?
Did you get the most recent one that I just sent you? I just sent it after I talked to your
I
your
only
secretary.
saw
Okay, I have one with three hold on. I have one with 3 attachments. Is that what you sent?
I sent that, and then I sent one right afterwards.
I only have one email
All right, we'll
from
have
you,
to go
Nick.
see it because the one here, Nick, there are 2 kinds of renters policies you can buy. One, I can see them requiring liability insurance. Here's why. If you're smoking in bed, or you start a fire in your fireplace, or your pipes break, or you do something stupid, it will cover you, which covers them. But it is a renter's policy nonetheless. It is a renter's liability policy. But, Nick, if you have evidence of a different kind of policy that covers your contents, we'd love to look at it, okay? So you sent us a renter's policy that covers your contents, right?
That's what I'm trying to explain right now.
Go ahead.
I was just in their office, and I went through both of my lease agreements.
Yes.
My original one from 8/28 of last year.
Yes.
It shows in the back of it an itemized list of things that I signed into.
Yes.
Including it says renters, documentation and coverage, which is page 21. It is completely missing out of my lease, and they won't provide it. And then also they tried to give me their new updated deal and said that I signed into it on 5/10. I've never signed anything of that date at all, and it shows zero.
Nick, all we have is what you sent us, and what you sent us shows that you're paying for liability coverage.
Yes, and renter's insurance, but then not
renter's insurance. Renter's insurance can be liability or personal property or both.
Tom?
Steph.
On special provisions, it says you will automatically be enrolled in a policy through Yardi if we do not receive your renter's policy. Did you see that?
No, but what difference? No, it doesn't make any difference. Nick, I'm not trying to give you a hard time, sir. Here's what I'm saying to you. You do have renter's insurance, but it's liability only, and I can see why they require that. Landlords should require that because if a tenant does damage, they have no means to pay it.
Of course, I understand that completely. I sent it a few minutes ago, but I can resend it. What they tried to give me now, it shows a master certificate policy, landlord's insurance, which says that I signed it on 5/10, which I did not. It also says liability coverage, $100,000, but it also says I'm not covered, bedbug's not covered, supplemental insurance is not covered.
Nick, it doesn't matter. Nick, that doesn't matter. I am asking you to show me what shows you have content coverage.
It was in my original policy, and they're hiding it.
Well, okay. Well, guess what? There's nothing I can do about that. If you don't have a copy of it, there's nothing I can do about it. Everything you just showed me. Why are they not hiding this? And here's another thing, Nick. Listen, you'd make no sense. You said you were paying about $12 or $13 a month, and that is exactly what they have noted here for your liability insurance. So if they gave you additional coverage, you were getting that additional coverage free, or were you paying for it?
I signed into personal property coverage. The paper that I signed is missing out of my lease. So how does it go
Nick,
from
here's what I'm asking you.
22?
Here, no, listen. You're not stupid, so don't evade what I'm saying. What you showed me was $12, and it said $12 a month for tenant liability insurance. You said you had content insurance. What I'm asking you is, how much was that? If you were already paying $12 for liability, how much were you paying for content?
That was the entire policy, and it said on the original documentation that...
Bye. See, here's the deal, folks. I want to help you, but don't try to kid me. Okay, please don't. This clearly shows right out in the open what he was paying for. Now, he's saying there were additional provisions that included content. Well, guess what? Even if there was, it wouldn't cover the content in your car.
And even if it did, there's no record of any payment or any record of any policy like that.
Never. Anywhere. But they hid that from him, he said. I'm sorry, that argument is just not going to make it.
Dog don't bark.
Yeah, but can it, huh?
That's right. God almighty.
We got to hit golf balls soon, Doc. Before it's too cold to hit golf balls. Before we got to wear a jacket.
To hit golf balls and bind yourself up so your swing is screwed.
That's right. I love that freaking Top Golf, man. You play that at all, Talib? You ever played it?
We played it once. I don't know.
Well, we're going to go one of these days, Mark.
Yeah, no, we're going to do it, man.
Yeah, as soon as my back is ready.
Okay, guys.
That's Red-Pilled America.
BlakeHarrisLaw.com will answer all of your estate planning questions free of charge at 833-ASK-BLAKE. Of course, if you have him do work for you, he'll charge you flat rates for whatever he does. Now, he can do something as sophisticated as an offshore trust to protect all of your assets from lawsuits and creditors. And he can do a regular simple trust to help you through your life and all of your heirs through their lives. And of course, he can do anything in between, a simple will, or facing probate or avoiding probate. 833-ASK-BLAKE, BlakeHarrisLaw.com.
Donate a coat, get a free furnace tune-up. Yeah, you heard me right. You donate a coat in good condition, and the guys at 888heating.com will come out and clean your furnace, get it ready for winter. But this deal will be gone in November. 888heating.com is their website. Call and book your free tune-up right now, 100% free, when you donate a coat at 888heating.com.
Sometimes love can be deadly. The Crazy in Love podcast.
Well, Mark, you want me to have, okay, then you'll send it to me because we have to go all on the same drive.
Yeah, I'll send them to you. You put them wherever they're supposed to be.
Libby wants to play golf with you, Mark.
Well, first of all I do is hole-in-ones.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if someone ever could do that?
Do you think anybody's ever hit 2 hole-in-ones in one game?
I know somebody who had 11 hole-in-ones.
Not in one game?
Yes.
No, okay, but
you knew someone personally.
But doesn't count.
Kim Jong-il. The official North Korean newspaper claimed that the first time he played golf, he had 11 hole-in-ones. That was the official North Korean newspaper.
You understand that.
Him and Trump. Trump was there playing.
Well, no, but seriously, that's what they believe. That he had 11 hole-in-ones his first time.
Well, they always say they believe that. You think those people over there really believe these
How
guys?
about the cardboard people? With
all the food was fake at the store.
Mark, I love that.
I love how they pick them up at the airport and they drive by the busy supermarket filled with food.
I love that movie. I love that movie.
And didn't they screw up by hacking into it? Because then what did Sony do? They said free.
Kim Frank, I never.
That's a good story.
But it's true. They published it. I mean, it's obviously not true, but it was published in a Korean.
I had.
What was it? What was the overall score? Though?
I don't remember.
13.
Well, no,
I had so much fun.
Okay, so he had at least 7 holes.
He had 11 holes in one,
and then he had 7 with probably
7,
2.
let's say 3. So 21 and 11, probably 35.
You should be playing over here with the pros, man.
Well, something's dead, so it's tough.
There are no helicopters for sale anywhere. Jesus.
In the country?
No, hardly any.
Really?
They're tight. I could sell really well right now, but I can't. Because I love it too much.
Seems like a fun vehicle to have.
Is yours a 3-seater, Peter?
It can be configured for 5 seats by changing seats around.
Well, what do you usually have? 3?
3, but
yeah,
it's easy. If I take that seat out, it's 4.
Okay.
There's a front seat there and one in the middle. That middle bench seat, if I take the front seat out, can fit 3 and 2, 3 and 1 for 4, and then me and 3, and then that one flips around 4, so 4 plus 1. So it can go 5, but you're more limited by weight, and day. If it's a really hot day, you can't take 3 large adults and a lot of fuel and still hover. What I do is if if I can't hover, I won't take them, even though you can legally fly, because hovering is necessary sometimes. I mean, or to slow down, and you don't want to have to keep moving.
Right.
I want to be able to stop, and I don't want to do this.
Right.
But most of the time, most of the time I carry 4. I mean, that's without trouble, because it's a turbine, it's a jet. But
So you should hear the stories Terry was telling me about you.
Somebody wants you to fly for the lift, Tom.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Okay, now, let's talk about your problems, questions, and complaints. And Jeremy, what's going on with you, Jeremy? How can we help you, sir? Jeremy.
Yes. How are you doing today?
Good, man. What's going on? Oh,
Good.
Jeremiah. I'm sorry, man. It's Jeremiah. What's happening? That's why you were hesitant. What's going on, Jeremiah?
Yes, sir. So I had used a home warranty, a Blue Ribbon home warranty about 8 years ago.
Yeah.
To replace a hot water heater.
Okay.
And the plumber who had it installed, or who was installing it, told me that it had a 6-year manufacturer warranty plus a 4-year add-on warranty for a total of a 10-year warranty for the hot water heater. Well, it's been 8 years, and it was leaking this morning. So everyone I've reached out to, I've gotten invoices, and I got all that together, but I cannot produce anything that proves that I have that additional 4-year warranty.
Well, bro, if you can't prove it, what does that say? I mean, you're saying from the manufacturer, how much was there?
6 years.
Okay, 6 years from the. Okay, well, I mean, how are you going to prove it? I mean, did Blue Ribbon admit it?
Well, no. So Blue Ribbon did their part. They paid the invoice. That's all they were there for.
Wait, did they pay the new? Hold on. Did they pay the new invoice?
No, I haven't replaced it yet. Again.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. If you call them, will they say, "Oh yeah, you had a 12-year warranty," or will they say, "Sorry, Charlie, it's been 6 years"?
So the distributor of the water heater only keeps records for 3 years. The plumber only keeps records for 3 years, and neither of them can produce the original documents from 8 years ago when I had it replaced.
Who gave you the additional 4 years?
It's an upgrade kit that the plumber purchased through the manufacturer.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with Blue Ribbon. It has nothing to do with Blue Ribbon. So who's the plumber?
And the plumber's been great. It's just he can't prove it. It's Cornerstone Plumbing.
Well, wait a minute. What do you mean they've been great? Cornerstone.
Well, he's really nice. He just can't give you the documents. You know, there's no way to prove it. So
wait, hold on. Was Cornerstone the one that installed your water heater?
Yes, sir.
And they did not keep records. Do they recall doing that? Do they recall having an extra 4 years? Because guess what? If they can even remotely recall having that kind of warranty, you didn't make it up out your ass. I mean, somehow you knew about it. So did they ever offer additional 4 years?
Yes, and I thought I got it. The plumber
no, I'm not saying that. Do they now recall ever selling a 4-year, or excuse me, an additional 4-year warranty?
Yes.
So they tell you, Cornerstone just says, oh yeah, we used to sell those.
Yeah, and you can still get them today.
Okay, then they should honor it, because how else would you know about it?
Exactly. That's my point, but I don't have any document proving.
Well, then they suck if they won't do it. I mean, like I said, hold on, just hold on.
Tom, what if they said, yeah, we used to sell them. He decided he didn't want to buy it. There goes your argument.
Yeah, but here's the thing: they don't know that. I mean, see that having no records is just as much their problem as it is his.
Right, but they said, yeah, you know what? We offered it to him.
Yeah, you're right.
Down.
You're right.
about this.
That's a possibility.
Terry would never say anything about you. You know, I'm just teasing about. I mean, what we say about you is not personal.
Oh, I don't care.
I know.
I like him. So where was he again? You were
it's so funny. We sit down at the poker table and playing poker, and both of us were wearing masks. And we both had baseball caps on. So we're sitting here. I turn around and he turns around. Terry,
He
Ken.
loves playing poker.
What?
He loves poker.
Yeah, and we used to play poker all the time. We have done Terry, for years. And we're sitting next to each other. It must have been 15 minutes before we realized that we were sitting next to each other. It was really funny.
Was it all doctors?
Oh, no. I mean, the original game?
Yeah, this game that you're at.
Oh, no. We were playing up in the mountains.
And you just happened to sit down.
Yeah. It was so weird.
For modern healthcare, visit mobilecare-denver.com. HSA accepted. That's
The original one, we had 2 judges, a real estate broker, an attorney, 2 doctors, a guy who owned an oil company. It was a really eclectic group.
Did you not hear me tell Bonnie on Saturday night, see you Monday?
Yeah.
Now she's going to demand.
No, because see what happened is I had her scheduled. I had her
No,
scheduled
this
for
is
the
the second-
30th of this month.
This is the makeup.
Right. Well, I had her scheduled for the 30th of this month. I said I can't do the 30th. We're only half of December this year. So we did December 15th and November 15th, and then she gets all her dates mixed up. I said, I'm sorry, I can only have you in one more time. So we're taking half of December. Well, you know what I mean by half of December.
So how many weeks are we going to be closed in December?
2.
2 weeks.
Right, Mark?
For the best
What,
of?
baby?
Is that right? We're going to be closed 2 weeks in December?
That's what I'm shooting for. Tom hasn't signed off yet.
Well,
I thought it
no
was signed
problem
off.
with it. As long as we have great best ofs, I'd love it.
Yeah, let me know, because maybe I'll go see I have 2 sisters.
And I'll have, Mark, I want to have
in
a
Boca.
thing saying this is the best of. If you have a problem, let your buddy call so-and-so. We'll get you on the next live show. I'll cut some sounders on that. I'll put that down. I'll get you that.
And then Tom is
I'm not
taking the
hearing from
Monday
this
after
woman.
Thanksgiving off. Okay?
What?
Tom's taking the Monday after Thanksgiving off.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I leave town Tuesday.
I leave Tuesday too.
So I feel like it's going to be me and you doing the show.
I guess so.
Daphne.
I have 2 sisters that live in Boca. I might go down, if we're going to be closed for 2 weeks in Florida, go down.
Oh, come on, God dang it.
Even if we aren't closed, Ken, for crying out loud, go see your sisters.
Well, I'm going to see my son's wedding anyway.
When is he getting married?
In July.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Despite investigators' suspicions about potential ties to Chinese intelligence, she was never formally charged with espionage. Phil Lipoff,
I want to make sure that, I had that spinal thing done, right? Great. No pain, nothing. So it's like 100%. But I want to make sure that I get the okay to play golf before I make plans to Florida. So I don't want to sit around all day and be frustrated. It's 80 degrees and sunny and I can't go to the golf course. Right? So once I get the okay from him, then I can make plans to go to Florida. Because otherwise I just have to spend all my time in a casino. We used to do that. We would go down literally on Saturday morning, take an early flight, not even get a room, play poker, and come back Sunday night and just bring a toothbrush with us. Right. When we were younger. You didn't need a room, you played poker.
You're going to be up all night.
You'd be up all night, play till Sunday. Save a lot of money that way. I'll tell you the truth, if there was...
Did you hear that?
What?
All schools next Monday and Tuesday for what?
Staffing problems.
Shortage of teachers.
Shortage of teachers. I'll tell you, if I were born probably 30 years later, if there was online poker the way there is now when I was growing up, I probably would have done that. But obviously there was not anything like that when I was growing up.
Waking up by early Wednesday morning. Morning commute, we can find some flurries. It's just not going to mount to a whole lot. 8, 9 o'clock, pushing down to the south of the metro by lunchtime. Some left over in the high country. Move on out of here by Wednesday afternoon.
Now, impact traffic from the DuckDuckGo Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by the Broadmoor.
The highway drive around the metro area in excellent shape right now with no major problems being reported. I-25 going freely in both directions through town. Parking looks good as well. Some of the usual volume slowing down through the 270 from Concord City. And a couple of off-freeway accidents, one involving a pedestrian in Lakewood at Temple and Sheridan.
So Alex Jones got a default judgment against him.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's going to be millions.
Yeah, but it's a default judgment.
So what? So what?
I'm sure he'll snap in and fight it.
No, he won't. It's a default judgment for discovery. You know, if you don't fucking produce discovery, you're done. I mean, you're in the lawsuit. It's not like you didn't show up.
I got you.
But he may have gotten rid of all his assets in the interim.
Oh, well, then that would be a flight to avoid judgment, bro.
He was always a moron, though. I mean, who the fuck would say Sandy Hook wasn't fucking real, you know?
Hey, Tom, you ever eat
Don't you believe that?
You ever eat at Benedict's? It's like a brunch place.
Yes.
So,
long ago, yes.
I love their stuff. So Saturday, because we couldn't go flying, I had a really nice brunch with my son on my birthday. So it turned out to be okay. I love that place. Benedict's is great brunches.
I love that. I used to like that.
I love going there for brunch.
This guy's an asshole. This Alex Jones.
Oh, Alex Jones, yeah.
He's just fucking crazy.
I used to know him quite well.
What monetary damage did he do?
Boy, I'm glad I distanced a bit.
Is it just emotional?
It's a lot of emotion.
I mean, was there any monetary loss that they suffered by him claiming that it was fake?
I don't know.
Banned video. Listen, he responds. Oh shit, we're not gonna hear it.
$1 to 202. Unique confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply. This nationwide contest. That's $1 to 202.
CRT Defender tells parents he's got
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino on
K-How.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, a person that I admire so much, 27 years in real estate, and he'll do free market valuations of your home to let you know what it will sell for in the open market. There is no obligation to that whatsoever. That's Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. All right, let's talk about your problems, questions, complaints. We have Mark Szymanski with us. He's from GenesisSolarCO.com. Mark, what are you responding to or commenting on, sir?
Well, earlier you guys were talking about the chargers for the cars in homes. And, yes, we install those. And then Mark texted me, well, what's the cost? So far, we've not had to buy a charger because everybody's purchased them when they purchased their car. And we've just installed them for them.
Okay.
Is there any universal ones, or if you have a Tesla, you have to have a Tesla?
I mean, again, I've only installed ones that they bought the car, and as part of the car, when they bought it, they got a home charger with it.
And then you install it. Does it go straight to the circuit breaker?
Yeah, and so that's, you know, like the install cost just varies depending where the panel is and then how quick of a charge they want. Because, you know, like the Tesla ones can go from, 240, 30 amp, 40 amp, or 50 amp. And obviously, the 50 amp is a very quick charge, and the 40 amp's a little not as quick.
Right. Now, since you do solar with GenesisSolarCO.com, will you guys make that part of solar packages for people that have electric cars?
Yeah. So what's happening is so many people now, like, they're saying, okay, my usage is this much, currently, but I know my usage is going to go up because I'm going to be getting an electric car. Like, eventually, we all will probably have electric cars in our lives.
Right. So have you been making those part of solar packages for some?
Yes, we have.
That's pretty cool.
It looks like all of them are the same exact plug.
Hey, can you do...
I know.
Go ahead.
There are different plugs for different cars right now.
Then how do they work when you go to one that's at the mall, for example?
They have 3 different plugs, and you pull the one that's right for your car.
Okay, I get it. Different adapters, but they're all virtually the same.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, they all plug into the main one. Anyway, Mark Szymanski with Genesis Solar, I have another question. What if someone wants just a solar just for the car?
Well, I mean, you could do that. You could, say, okay.
I mean, theoretically, if let's just say for some reason they have a remote garage or you know what I mean, something like that.
What they could do then is they could, let's say it's a remote garage. You put the panels in the garage, you put a battery in your garage, and you have that battery dedicated just to charging your car.
That's pretty cool. Anyway, would you still get a tax credit for that if it wasn't on your home?
Yes.
Yeah, I never thought of that. Thank you, Mark. GenesisSolarCO.com. Jeremy, what's going on with you? Oh, let's talk about this, Jeremy. So, Blue Ribbon Home Warranty installed a water heater, or they had a place install it. They paid for it 8 years ago under warranty, which is good. And by the way, now the water heater went out after 8 years, and it had a 6-year manufacturer's warranty, but you claim that the installer also added a 4-year warranty at the time. So you would have had a total of 10 years.
Correct. The gentleman who was actually doing the plumbing in my house told me verbally that it came with a 10-year warranty.
Okay.
However,
I don't think without a written 10-year, I don't think if you don't have it in writing, you don't have it. Now, I would say if I was the plumbing company, and you said, how would you even know they offered it? Now, Deputy Doc said, what if they did offer it to you back then and you turned it down? Then you would have known about it, but you would have turned it down. So it's impossible to prove what kind of conversation you had years ago without a written policy.
Right. Why would I turn down an extended warranty on something that's I'm not paying for out of pocket?
Well, here's what I want to know. You say the company offers it right now. Why do they offer it on all installs automatically?
No, so it's they explain it. The manufacturer explained it to me. It's an upgrade kit for the water heater.
Okay, well that's how they explain it. That they were going to charge you for it and you didn't want it.
Well, so
are
that
they
is
charging for it today?
I definitely
is the plumber charging for it today? If somebody wanted the additional 4-year warranty, would there be a charge?
Yeah, it would be an additional cost. That's correct.
How much?
I didn't ask this.
All right. Then isn't it logical to assume that that plumbing contractor charges for it now? Isn't it logical to assume he charged for it 8 years ago?
It is to me. And
okay. Well, and did you buy it Did you buy it 8 years ago?
Well, and here's the thing: is he asked me if I sent in the card to the manufacturer saying I had the updated warranty, and I didn't. I definitely didn't do that. So,
Jeremy, you don't have anything. All you have is a vague memory of having an additional 4-year warranty. I mean, you can't expect them to honor that.
I completely agree. I just didn't know if there was anything that I might have been missing.
If you had, listen, here's what I was getting at. If Blue Ribbon installed it 8 years ago, they would have never paid for the upgrade, which means you would have a record of payment for the upgrade. Now,
so I paid $500 out of pocket. They paid $730.
You paid $500 based on what?
And that's the problem, is the invoice just says installed 50-gallon water heater, some dollars check for a $730 check from Blue Ribbon, $500 check from the homeowner.
Okay, here's what I want to know. That $500 from the homeowner, is that what any homeowner would have purchased at any time, or was there extra money in there for an extra warranty? That's what I'm trying to get at.
Which is a great question. And when you call the plumber, they say, well, we don't keep records past 3 years.
I'm asking general.
Yeah.
In general,
right.
Was that the normal copay at the time? Blue Ribbon would know that.
That's correct, yeah. And
so if you paid more than the normal copay, listen, you know, I honest to God get up every day and I swear to God I'm speaking English. And my wife understands me, and I'm driving in the car. I understand the radio. It's in my language. I come to the radio station and all hell breaks loose. It's like people don't understand what I'm saying.
He had you so far down the rabbit hole, man.
All I'm saying is this. He claims somewhere along the line he got an additional 4-year warranty. He has absolutely no record of it whatsoever.
Nor did he pay for it.
He doesn't know that because he paid $500. So what I asked was this. If 8 years ago that was the normal copay for that water heater, then he got a normal water heater. If the copay was $200 and he has a check for $500, he can then question that plumber. The normal copay was $200. I paid $500. That additional warranty was paid for. I'm saying at least he would have something. But right now, he has nothing. And for those who need to use Google Translate, nothing.
Russia conducts. You notice people never answer my fucking questions. Do you ever notice that? Ever? They never fucking answer.
They want to tell you what they want.
But he had no answer.
They don't want to answer the question. They want to tell you what they want you to hear. Right?
Yeah. I may as well have these just in case.
They just blew. Russia
Hold on,
just
guys.
blew up on their own. It's crazy.
Become the Banker is an investment strategy. It's tied to a life insurance policy, but that's not the purpose. The purpose is to overfund that life insurance policy with tax-free savings. Yes, tax-free when you follow the Become the Banker strategy. You overfund. You use the money through your life instead of credit cards and then ultimately pay yourself back for a retirement fund. BecomeTheBanker.org for more information. 303-779-6600. FixMyHome.com. That's the website for Fix It 24/7. And I tell you now, please don't wait for the extra frigid weather to call. Right now, for $39, for those who haven't had it done before, they have an introductory special that will clean and adjust your furnace to new standards. They'll refurbish to the extent they can. Now, here's the deal. If they do find a problem, you have plenty of time to think because you're not freezing your ass off. FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939. Just $39. Have it done now before the freeze.
This holiday season, give your family the gift of good health.
How you guys doing? Rod Smith,
So Russia blows up their own satellite. What? On purpose to make sure whatever weapon system can blow up a moving satellite. It has debris all over the place, thousands of pieces.
They did it with their weapon system?
Yeah, they did it today, but they do it a lot.
Yeah.
And it creates an issue for the space station, of course.
Oh, it does because of the debris?
Because of the debris.
And every other satellite that's in orbit.
So how would that, like, if they accidentally, well...
Is there a liability?
Yeah, well, and who's going to go after Putin for liability?
Mark, did you know that there is an agency that does nothing but track outer space debris?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're literally talking about
That's how they know how much junk is out there.
I think it's called U.S. Space Command.
Is there anything they can do to clean up the debris?
Probably not efficiently.
They can just hope that it disintegrates when it...
Hope that it disintegrates, yeah.
No, we're talking about to collide with
I
us.
don't think so. There's too many small pieces. Think about it.
with that space.
Yeah, you gotta stop those pieces from moving so the gravity will just pull them straight down and let them toast.
It says the orbit of the debris cloud for the International Space Station appears to be intersecting roughly every 90 minutes. So every fucking 90 minutes they got to worry about this shit.
Yeah.
So how do they just get rid of it then? They're not going to have to move every 90 minutes forever, are they?
No, they don't move.
Well,
They
they hope that the orbit disintegrates, and as these pieces fall to Earth, they just disintegrate and they burn up.
Will all orbits disintegrate without power assist?
In time.
So they'll fall.
Will they really?
I don't know. In time, unless there's a perfect balance out there.
Or if they're outside of a pole.
Well, then
no, Mark.
An orbit means that it's under the influence of our gravity.
In orbit has to be.
So anything in orbit eventually will attempt to come
I
back
don't
there
know.
and then
What do
burn
they
up.
have? No, well, the space station has retros to keep them, right? I mean, they don't.
They keep pushing it out, and they keep going like that.
But not every orbit.
But to maintain a constant.
But I wonder how.
Can they go out of our orbit?
What?
They
I don't think it has enough. I don't think it has enough fuel on it.
Not enough to do anything realistically, but they could probably get lost in space.
Yeah, I mean, once you get past a certain point, then the Earth's gravity no longer has an effect.
That's what I mean. I wonder if the space station can go that far.
Well, here's what I was told.
If a satellite
I was
would go to
told if you
Mars-
propelled someone outside of the atmosphere, they would go on and on and on and on because there is no gravity touching them. They just keep going.
Outside the atmosphere and gravity are two different things.
Outside of gravity.
Once you get beyond our gravity,
there's nothing to hold you
there's
back.
nothing to pull you back this way. But guess what? Now you're out there under the
Yeah, if you
influence
come
of any other gravity.
if you come across another body, but well, there's no fucking bodies around. I mean, you'd be dead long before you got gravity.
Yeah, that's the whole deal.
But not in the space station, you might not be.
Well, until the food and fuel runs out.
Yeah.
That's
Well, you don't even need
No,
fuel.
but that's what they're going to do when they go to Mars. They're going to have to get outside of the gravitational pull of the Earth and have enough food, fuel, and resources to reach Mars.
Or they freeze your ass and you don't need any of that shit till you wake up.
Never happened.
You know,
Not in our lifetime.
How long of a trip is it?
Depends how fast you
I
are.
think they're talking about 3 months, realistically.
Oh, that's not fucking. I thought it was a lot longer than 3 months. Those like that moon buggy we set up, or the Mars buggy. How long did that take to get there?
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's talk to Tim. Whoops, that's not Tim. This is Tim. Tim, hi, Tim.
No.
I'm Tom. What's going on?
I'm right here.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, I got a complaint against this HEB, Heritage Eagle Bend Association.
What is Heritage? Tell me what Heritage Eagle Bend is.
It's an HOA.
Uh-huh. And what is the problem?
Well, first, it all started, it reared its ugly face again, but I tried to schedule a veteran dinner with them, and I was told by one of the desk attendants there that I couldn't because I'm not a member. I'm not a member of the community.
Wait, now hold on. Let me get this straight, Tim. You don't live in the Eagle Bend community?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. And you wanted to schedule a dinner, meaning at their clubhouse?
Yes.
Okay. Keep going.
And anyway, when I tried to schedule the dinner, they said I'm not a resident, but I've been here for 20 years.
Why do they not have you down as a resident?
Because they said that they want to see my driver's license or something. That driver's license is for driving, not to have everybody.
No, but they just want to verify your identity. Do they have a record of your address? Let's start there. Do you have a home in Eagle Bend?
Yeah, it's in my mother's name.
Okay, well that's why. And is your mother still Tim, is your mother still there?
Yes.
And do you live with your mother?
Yes.
Okay, well then they want to see that you really do live there. That's all. See, in other words, listen, I've developed many communities over the years. I stopped years ago, but I used to, and this happened all the time. You would have a really good clubhouse or a really good thing, and let's say Martha lives there, and Martha's son or grandson wants to have a party, and she rents out the home. Now, usually, she would have the right to do it, but the grandson wouldn't or the son wouldn't. And I think, Tim, what they're trying to do is establish that you live there.
Why won't you just show them the license? That's my...
Does your driver's license show your mom's address?
Well, the thing is that it won't show because I have another address at my other home.
Okay, it's not going to work, Tim. That's why why don't you let your mother schedule the dinner? Why won't your mother schedule the dinner?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
It would be that easy. Tim, it's that easy. If your address on the driver's license does not show that you're a resident, your mom can schedule the event, invite anyone she wants.
Well, wait a second. No, it does show this address. But the trouble is they want to copy it.
Yeah.
They want to analyze it. And
hold on.
We're missing that the guy seems nutty. I mean, what's going on?
Tim, I understand what you mean. I think you're overly concerned. I've had people copy my driver's license before. At every real estate closing I've ever had, they've copied my driver's license. I've had other people. Google, I had to send my driver's license to show who I am, to claim a certain page. Does the whole issue boil down to that, Tim?
About driver's licenses for driving.
Okay, I'll see it, bro. You take it easy, okay? Here's the deal.
I can't believe your nut detector didn't go off quick.
No. Tim, a driver's license is for driving. You're absolutely right. Then why do they require it for an airplane? Why in order to get on an airplane, do you have to show your driver's license, Tim?
I show a passport.
Tim, if you have a photo on your passport, but if you're going to Florida, do you show your passport or your driver's license?
I show the passport.
Okay, so you never show your driver's license.
Driver's license is for driving.
Okay, you know what? I'm tired of you already, Tim. I'm really tired of you because here's why. How about at the bank for opening up a checking account? What do you show?
Yes.
You know what?
Well,
it's about time that you stop wasting our time. Bye. Brad, what's going on with you, Brad? Welcome. See, so it's not that Eagle Bend HOA is giving him a hard time. It's that he is a pain in the ass. That's what he is. No, he's a royal pain in the ass. That's what he is. And you know what? People put up obstacles where they don't need to put them up. I have shown my driver's license for so many things other than driving, I can't begin to tell you. Now, by the way, there is an alternative for this, okay, you nut? And here's what it is. Get a state-issued ID. Go online and simply get a state-issued ID. You can have it put on your phone, or you can have it mailed to you. That's what you do. But I'm sure you nutcase will come up with a different reason why you can't do that. Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, enjoy your show.
Thank you, man.
You on KOA years ago.
Oh, my goodness. You go back a long time. What's happening?
Well, I tell you what. In 2019, the May 4th of 2019, I purchased 2005 Dodge Dakota SLT. Little pickup, V6, got it for my wife to drive.
Was it new? Was it new?
Oh, no, hell no. It was used. It was used, Tom.
Okay.
Used. And my wife drives it just liven to go to work, let it set out, and thought, the old pickup like that would work great, let the hail beat it up. And
What year was it?
It was a 2005.
Okay.
And I purchased it in May of 2019.
Got it.
And it had 95,000 miles on it, Tom.
Okay.
I we farm ranch out here, and I do my own oil draining and stuff. Every 3,000 miles, I do the oil drain. Okay, and what happened? Everything was going fine. Had about 114,000 miles on it, and anyway, on the odometer it showed error, and so we kept on driving it. Everything ran fine. Kept on driving it, but anyway, took it to the dealership, Dodge dealership. And they said, well, it's a pod. I've got the invoice here. It's cluster unable to receive distant information and all that, blah, blah, blah. And the vacuum fluorescent display will display error.
Okay.
They put the pod in. Okay. And then when I get it back, well, it wasn't right. It was showing way more mileage than whatever. They had it set for kilometers first, which didn't fly. So took it back. They set it for your regular mileage. But my problem is it's showing right now it's showing it's got 190,000 miles on it.
I get it. So what difference does that make? In reality, though, what difference does it make to you in reality?
Well, what it does, I mean, just for maintenance purposes, oil drains, all that, I don't care if it shows 200,000. But my point being, I got a young man who wants to buy this thing. And so what do I say? Okay, well, it shows 190, but really it's got 150 or 40.
Well, let me ask you something. How you said the error started at about 114,000, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How long did you drive it after the error?
Okay, then about 9,000 miles.
Okay, so you approximately have 125,000 miles on it.
The way I figured it, Tom, I was figuring 130, just to be realistic.
Well, unfortunately, when the cluster goes out like that, there is no hard record. So I don't know why they didn't preserve the mileage. I truly don't. But I do know that what you have to show is true mileage unknown, and then just hope that the person believes you. But truly, the difference in value between 130,000 and 190, I mean, yeah, there's going to be some difference in value, but you can't hold them responsible for that.
Okay, but my point being, heaven forbid, could Mopar have a bad part? I mean, they go by.
Well, hold on. If they have, are you saying that the new cluster was bad and that's why it picked up mileage?
Yeah.
Did you ask them why it picked up mileage?
Yeah, and they have no answer. They go to the ECM, electronic control module, or else the computer, and that's what the computer shows. So I said, well, if that's what the computer shows, why the heck didn't it show mileage before the cluster? I mean,
No, is it possible? Is it possible that you did put more miles on it after the 114 than you thought?
No, because, Tom, it doesn't go to the city. It's not a coast-to-coast machine.
So is that the whole issue, though? They claim that when they put the new cluster in, the computer showed 190,000 miles?
Yes.
Where did they get that reading?
180.
Where did they get the reading?
From the computer.
What computer?
Well, the ECM. That's what the
hold on. Go get your ECM read somewhere else and see if they're telling the truth. If it agrees with the speedometer, with the odometer, you have no argument. If it doesn't agree, you have a big argument. And by the way, you can show that to the kid.
Well, that's exactly right. So I guess, Tom, where I'm going with this, to make it short and sweet, did I buy? I mean, I got the Carfax, everything. Do you think anything was ever tampered with?
Well, it could have been, but there's nothing you can do about it now. I mean,
well, yeah.
Well,
yeah,
hold on. You bought it in 2019. Does the Carfax jive with your numbers?
They did they jived right to the point of me buying it. Yes, sir. Yes,
okay, then you can't do anything with a dealer. I think what happened is, listen, either two things happened. One, that dealership is lying to you about the ECM, or two, you put on more mileage after the cluster broke. There's only two possibilities. So what I'm telling you, again, in plain English, is to have the eSAM read by someone independent of that dealer to see if it agrees with your odometer. That's it. And then use that information to sell it or to reset the odometer. 303-713-8255.
This is Denver.
What would they have to gain by changing the odometer? They weren't trying to sell them anything.
What did you say?
What would they have to gain by doing the odometer deliberately, adding miles to it?
They didn't. It's just incompetence.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, but right.
I don't think they did it deliberately.
Right. They would have nothing to gain deliberately to do it. And when he bought it, it was correct. Could it have been incorrect when he bought it?
No, he said it was correct because the Carfax agreed.
Oh, okay.
Right up to the day he bought it. I think so many people misjudge miles. You know what I mean?
No.
When the thing broke, he said it broke, and it was years before he got it replaced. But he couldn't have possibly put on 40,000. He only put on 9,000. Well, how do we know?
Years versus.
He's just estimating. Okay. God, I still doing closing.
So many people have old jewelry tucked away in drawers. They have old twisted chains, or they have old rings, mismatched earrings, bracelets, necklaces, whatever it is. You can sell that precious metal to DavidEllisJewelry.com. And you can trust David Ellis. In town 40 years with a name that he stood behind that whole 40 years. By the way, when you're there selling, it might be a good time to pick up a gift at DavidEllisJewelry.com. Of course, there's no obligation ever to do that. He'll simply buy. 3rd and Clayton in Cherry Creek. You can call for details, 303-322-8779. DavidEllisJewelry.com to sell all of your precious gold, silver, watches, even coin collections. If it has metal, he'll buy it. But first, stop by and see what he has to say. 3rd and Clayton, DavidEllisJewelry.com. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, for free market valuations of your home. He bases it on 27 years of experience. He'll look at your home and think, this is what I think it will sell for. And he's pretty accurate because he sells more homes in a month than most real estate people sell in a year, and more in a year than most sell in a career. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, for your free market valuation. 303-920-1622.
Bullseye Event Group.
Discussing unrecognized gains and taxing.
Yes.
So here's a perfect example. Tesla. Musk started selling off shares last week, and he's the CEO, so you got to do it in a certain way. He sold about 6.9 billion. Okay, Tesla's stock dropped 4.2% over that period of time, worth about 230 billion. So when he sold that stock, the stock in general dropped 230 billion. Now, how do you realize gains on something you would never fucking know like that? Because when he sold his last amount Friday, it was way less than when he started selling Monday.
Right.
So how would they ever go, oh, okay, here's how much?
What's happening? I don't remember calling. I don't remember calling, honey.
Most expensive time.
Nothing, just finishing up.
This is Brent Iverson, 5-year home loan.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye. Okay, Sophia got back to me and says, I'll let you know exactly what we need to upload. But because it's anything that you added since. Do you want to know what you have in there now?
No, because I don't need them in there. They're old.
Okay, well then I need to take them out. So let me go in there and see.
And I'll send you the 3 new ones.
Okay, let me show you what I have in.
All mine are 30s, and it's just for Paragon 888.
Okay, I'm going to show you what I
Master
have.
Root. Boy, how do you fucking tax someone on money they didn't make? It's so
Is that
fucked
what
up.
the new bill does?
No, the new bill they're not going to
Mark, vacation backup.
That's probably not even. That's probably
Okay, major backups.
constitutionally wrong.
Major backups. 888 heating. You want to hear it? Master Router and Paragon.
Yeah, they're all old. I have
You want not
you
one
can
of
keep
them.
the Paragon one.
Here.
The other 2 are gone.
You want to hear a crazy story? So there's this
That
big
was
hailstorm about 3 years
You're
ago.
good on that. Okay, here's this one. This is Master Router. You don't want to hear it? You're sure you don't want it?
Let me hear it.
So there's a ton of choices out there when it comes to choosing a plumbing company.
No,
if you're
I don't
like
want
me,
it.
you want.
Okay, I'll read
And
it.
888, I already know it's over.
Okay.
You don't even got to play. I got to do one with the code.
All right, so those are
And he
yours.
sent me it today, so I'll clean it up and give it to you.
Affordable Interest Mortgage, owned and operated by Kurt Rogers. For many, many years I've known him. He's been on my referral list, and we use him as our mortgage expert since 2001. It's AImortgage.net, Affordable Interest Mortgage. The reason I send you to that website is because it is chock full of help for you. You know, most websites are just like brochures. This website will get you tools, rent versus AI. Yeah, someone can brag about rates when they're low like this, but affordable interest mortgage. My friend Kurt Rogers. You're looking for a loan? Let's talk about the asset manager. This is a line of credit. It'll come in.
It will be nice to have all our fucking roads looking good.
Yeah, looking good and
You
riding
know, you
well.
still can't go anywhere in Denver without seeing cones all over the place.
Yeah, that'll be forever.
Everywhere.
I'll tell you, man,
Screwed up.
going to the Springs now is like a luxury fucking ride from Castle Rock.
Really?
Oh,
Why is that?
They expanded the highway.
Oh, okay.
It's 3-4 lanes where it needs to be. Well,
Hey, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Now, let's talk to Bill.
Tom, is Brad
Yeah.
out of luck then? I mean, there's nothing we can do for him.
I just said if he gets the ECM checked, if it agrees with his odometer, then he's fine. If it doesn't, I mean, he is, but he's out of luck. I mean, it has higher mileage than he thinks. If it doesn't agree with the odometer, then he's going to have to figure out why that dealer lied to him and get someone to adjust the odometer correctly. Bill, what's happening?
Yeah, Tom, it's Bill, Lakeside Heating and Air.
Hi, Bill. What can we do for you, sir?
Well, I was just calling. I just wanted to add a little bit to that. The
All
man
right,
with
let me
the
tell
problem with
people.
the water heater.
I want to tell people what you're calling about. He said that Jeremiah said that he had a water heater put in 8 years ago that had a 6-year warranty, but he was under the impression that the plumber who installed it got him an additional 4-year warranty for a total of 10 years. Now that it broke down, it's out of the 6-year warranty, and he wants to invoke that extra 4 years, but they won't do it because they don't have any record of it, and neither does he. What is your comment?
That if it's Bradford White brand, he can go to their website, check the warranty with the serial number off of the tank.
Oh, good.
And if there was a purchased 4-year extended warranty purchased, it'll show that it's still under warranty from Bradford White.
Good. Hey, Bill, may I ask you something? Do all of the water heaters offer that additional?
You know, I only sell Bradford White, so I can't say on the other brands, tell you the truth.
Huh. Well, it seems to me that that's a good alternative to go check. I mean, let's see, right? I mean, that's a good – I hope he's listening because that would be what he wants to do. He would want to check on the website because he can check directly. Now, there's a good possibility the guy just soft shoot him, too, and said, hey, you're getting an extra 4 years, and when he really didn't.
That is true, unfortunately.
Do they cost – how much do they cost for that extra 4 years? Do you know?
Last time I purchased one, it was about $250 my cost.
Okay.
Hey, what is the average cost of getting a 40-gallon water heater installed now?
40-gallon water heater, Bradford White installed. You're looking typical installation, $25.50.
All right. Well, see, a lot of people think it's cheap. It's not cheap. You don't get anything cheap anymore.
Nothing.
303.
Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you very much. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Listen, whenever a cluster goes out in an electronic dash that shows mileage digitally, you have to do something almost immediately about it.
So when I had the Goodyear shops and we had to replace a cluster, if it was on a Ford, we got kind of lucky. There was a local place that dealt directly with the manufacturer. I would pull the old cluster. I would get it over to them. They would copy the mileage, whatever, and put it in the remanufactured or the new cluster, and it was all legit by the factory, or at least factory authorized. Other brands were harder. I had to generally ship them out of state.
It's hard. It really is hard.
Well, most shops can't do that, man. You've got to ship it to someone that rebuilds the cluster. You got it. Can you imagine if any shop could go in and just change your mileage? That's not a good thing.
I want to warn consumers about something we've learned too, and it's really good. And that is
car dealerships.
When there is forced renter's insurance by a landlord, it's usually to cover the landlord and the other tenants. It's usually liability only, and it's not going to cover your contents. So make sure if you have forced insurance from a landlord, they make you do it, that you're also getting your coverage, and then you may have to pay some extra for it.
Hey, on that same note, if you don't pay your car payment and your credit union or bank put forced insurance on it, one thing you should know, because we've had these calls before.
It's liability only.
It's only for the vehicle.
It's only the vehicle. That's
it.
right. It has nothing to do. See, forced insurance is only to benefit the one who puts the force on it. So if the lender puts it on there, it's only to cover the property, not the liability. Whereas if it's forced by the landlord, it's only to cover the landlord for his property, not for your property. So keep all of that in mind.
We had one guy call up just a couple of years ago. He didn't send the proof of insurance because he didn't have insurance to his credit union, so they put forced insurance on. The forced insurance was only like $50 a month. He was like, fuck it, that's way cheaper than what I was paying for insurance, not realizing it didn't have anything to do with liability or anything but the vehicle. And then when he ended up rear-ending someone and the guy got hurt, he was screwed because he had no insurance.
Hey, Tom, Kevin Calkins place able to do ECM?
No, not the mileage part.
Okay.
Why not?
I thought he did
read it.
No. He can read it. He can't change it.
No.
Yeah.
Holidays are perfect reason to visit the
I thought that he does all that electronic stuff now, right?
Yeah, they can do a lot. They cannot reprogram them.
Okay. You are sure to make memories that will last a lifetime. Visit Broadmoor.com for more information.
When I say you can get the best water systems for the lowest price, I mean it when it comes to waterpros.net. We're talking about whole house water softening for better laundry that is better plumbing and better health, all for under $2,000 fully installed. You can get drinking water at your kitchen for less than $1,000. Never buy bottled water again. 303-862-5554, waterpros.net. Blake Harris Law is who you call when you need help planning your estate. The great news is he'll answer your questions free of charge at 833-ASK-BLAKE. Then you hire him at a flat rate to do what you need, whether it be an asset protection trust to really give you ultimate protection against lawsuits, or maybe you just need a regular trust to help you and your heirs through their life, or a simple will. BlakeHarrisLaw.com, 833-ASK-BLAKE. If you're looking for a dependable auto repair, maintenance, and repair shop, SheridanAutotech.com, with everything you need in an auto repair shop. Honesty, experience, knowledge, convenience, and value. 2 locations, on Colfax in Lakewood, on Havana in Aurora. SheridanAutotech.com for details. Call 303-455-7242, 455-7242. Okay, you know what I'm doing, right? Thanks.
You like stories of relationships that took a gruesome turn.
See, this is weird. Now it looks like the defense is going, so that means the prosecution's going to get to go again.
No, I don't think. Do they? So you get prosecution, closing statement, defense closing statement,
And then prosecution
another,
again. Yes.
a second closing
Yes.
statement.
No, you get, no, I think it's prosecution,
No, he
defense,
just-
prosecution, right?
No, he just said it.
That's what I'm asking.
You get prosecution, defense, prosecution.
And then they get a chance to get a second closing
Yes,
argument.
the last closing.
That doesn't seem fair.
Well, that's what I said. But the reason being, at least in our legal system, is the prosecution has the burden of proof.
Right.
That's why.
But they should, but if they, but they should,
I agree with you.
yeah, but they should just go second and leave it at that. Have one shot at it. You should have two shots.
Because there's more to a mortgage than just a lower rate.
Well, regardless if there's rebuttals or people want to talk again, the prosecution always gets to go last.
Creating even greater upfront savings.
Well, no, I can understand that, but each only had one shot.
303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000. Or online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
Looking for help with Medicare? Take advantage of one-on-one support from United Healthcare at select Walgreens locations in Denver.
Now Nancy Pelosi's saying
Current United Healthcare Medicare members can get
that
scans, billing questions.
her messaging is the GOP is way too dangerous for this country.
Her messaging?
Wait, who said? Oh,
Nancy Pelosi.
You saying her messaging?
Yeah, she's telling everybody in her caucus that's the messaging now.
No, this is, look at CNN. What's the big deal about him? It was passed. He's already said he's going to sign it. So what's the big deal about him
Look,
actually
it's a
signing
big
it?
success for him. Look at him. Look at him.
I don't mind them getting that win. I think infrastructure is good right now.
No, but what's the big deal?
I wouldn't have fucking voted for it.
What's the big deal about him signing it? He said from the beginning
Look,
he's going to sign it.
he looks like a hero.
Just another photo op.
Her ratings are so low. Apparently, he doesn't like her. And that was per CNN.
To take care of me. Great news. Fix It 24/7 is offering $77
this whole
Leave your
is a
cares and
cluster.
troubles behind and let them take
I'm shocked he could actually walk up there.
$7 off.
That far.
720-526-3939. Or fix
I'm just so disappointed in our country. Out of 350 million people, we had a choice between Trump and Biden.
I'm with you on that side.
Yeah, that's because that's what the parties put up, though.
Yeah.
I know.
Listen at 5 past the hour every weekday on Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Get your home ready for the holidays. Save 10% on Benjamin Moore paint by joining the Diary.
I'll be real curious who runs in 3 years. Real curious.
Diary, your neighborhood paint store since 1899.
Yeah, look what happened with Carter and with Clinton. Even with Obama, people you never heard of 3 years before the election came out of nowhere.
Hey, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. Jack, what's going on, Jack?
Hello.
How can we help you? What's going on, man?
Hi, how's it going? Look, I'm calling because me and my wife were diagnosed last Thursday, about 5 days ago, with COVID. And we live in an RV, and, you know, usually I can handle getting us water and find us a place to go to the bathroom. She just got a job 2 days before we were diagnosed with that, so that's now off the tech until for a while. But we're hurting
Jack,
here,
where
man.
do you
We're dying.
live? Jack, where do you live?
We live in an RV, and you know.
But is it set up? Is it set up somewhere?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a small traveling RV that, you know, we have to always be moving it because they're always running us off, and that's part of the
Yeah,
issues
where do
too.
you normally set up? Normally?
Just normally any on street like we are now, and
okay.
Just any park it. We've been looking for an apartment as far as we can afford. Rachel got a job, but we ain't gonna be able to work until we get better, and we're really sick. You know, it's gonna bring me some oxygen today.
Now, may I ask something? Have you heard of the antibody treatment that's free?
No. No. Rachel mentioned something about it, but
Well,
I
we
didn't
want
know.
to make sure you know about it. Can I ask out of curiosity, and Jack, I'm not, by the way, preaching nor am I for mandates, but were you and your wife vaccinated?
I was. Rachel was, but she got sick after the vaccination.
Yeah.
And I hadn't been.
Okay. So, what are you doing for medical care? Do you have health insurance or do you have Medicaid?
I have Medicare, not Medicaid, but Medicare.
Okay.
And we went to the hospital. You know, they treated us at the emergency room. The Swedish was good to us, and we're supposed to have follow-ups to go to the emergency room if we get worse. The statement was on the paperwork we have to be quarantined, self-quarantined, because I didn't stay at the hospital because I didn't want to leave my wife. But they said if I was going to leave, I had to sign paperwork and give my word that we'd quarantine ourselves and only go to the doctor's offices and to the hospital if we get worsened.
Do you have a place you can park for a week or so?
The thing of it is parking, no, we don't. And we need a place to shower and clean up and wash the COVID off of us and try to fight this thing for real.
Listen, Jack, is there a motorhome park, is there a camping park you can go to in town where you can set up on a pad and hook up?
And they have showers.
We've investigated that before, and we couldn't do that because we don't want to give no one the sickness. We are quarantined.
I understand that, but you don't have to see anyone to go to a camper. Isn't there a place that has a camper site?
There's all kinds of them.
If we could find that. But my experience, I'm hoping that could be possible. But my experience is they don't want campers that are like mine, the camp over kind with motors. They only want the kind you pull in with trailers.
I don't know. Hold on. What kind of a camper are you? Are you a cab over? What are you?
It's a 92. Class C. It's a Class C 92 four winds camper, kind of has a bed over the top of it. What I'm really hoping for, Tom, is if there's any way, even for a couple days, to get us off the street and so we can help us with the showers and maybe a room for a couple days, at least we could start over. Like getting clean clothes, we as disinfectants. So
I don't know how these motels feel about that. I don't know. And as a matter of fact, I have no idea. Do you have any money at all?
No.
No money at all. Do you get checks on Social Security?
I do. I get disability, and then Rachel just started a job, and she didn't get to go because she got sick. Literally, she got a job and got the shot to get the job and then got sick, and then they text her saying she can start, and we'd already been to the hospital. Both of us were diagnosed with COVID.
No, I get it.
19. I mean, we think she got sick by the shot, but they tell us it doesn't work that way. I'm just not breathing well. I'm having a hard time breathing. It's not a joke. This is no joke. We could die.
Here's what I think. I know you want to get off the street. If we can get you someplace to get hooked up, or if you can get a motel, I don't know how they would feel about checking you in. I don't know. I'm not saying they wouldn't, but a room somewhere.
With COVID, they're going to have a hard time.
I think they would have a hard time. I don't think they'd let you in. And I don't think we can sneak you in. That's the point I'm trying to make.
No, I don't want to get nobody sick.
Now, I want you to look into the antibody infusion. Do you have gas in your camper where you can drive?
I have another vehicle, van, that we can drive somewhere.
And where's your, and without giving me an exact location, where roughly is your camper?
Off the university area. Off of one of the main...
Does Walmart allow people to stay in the parking lot anymore or not?
Most of them.
That's all. No, that's not true. They'll let you stay there for a couple hours. We've been in there shopping before and they run us off. That's not true. They don't let you sleep overnight in Walmarts no more. We just keep moving. When we get pushed on and we move it, 100 feet, 200 feet, but it's hard when you're sick.
God, we got to figure out what to do here. Let's investigate this. Take a number. Hold on, bro. We're going to try to find out what we can do and what's available to you, okay? So hang on. I'm Tom Martino.
What did he put in 1990? Did he say he had to push it?
No, it works. It works. No, yes, maybe he has another vehicle.